Welcome back to Danganronpa. I'm Liara. I hope you're having a good Easter, good Resurrection Day. This video will come out after Easter, but hope you had a good one anyways. In today's episode, we are about to enter the final class trial. So this is going to be the class trial to end all class trials. The outcome of this class trial will determine whether the 6 remaining students survive or whether they are all killed. So it's us versus the mastermind. So without further ado, let's get into the class trial to end all class trials. As we approach the terrible red door. Right. I guess I'm the first one this time.
Makoto,
You're early, Makoto.
listen.
Does that mean you feel prepared? Yeah, for now at least. Well, where's everyone else? Why aren't they here yet?
However,
Don't worry, I'm sure they'll be here soon. And just like she said, here's Byakuya. Byakuya! Byakuya? They arrived, one after another. But they were all in the same state of shock. And she looks mad. Hina? And then here's Hiro. Hiro? Oh man. Silence. And it wasn't any normal silence. It was the deafening silence of fear and suspicion. It was like the first class trial. Thanks for the follow, Shinx Gaming.
You called for me and so I appear.
Alright. I'm late.
I'm on fire.
Oh, strong silent master is so wonderful. So cool.
Yes!
Now listen, everything will be just fine if you leave it to me.
My beautiful scissors!
With my scissor-sharp scissors in hand, I'll stab and gouge and shiv the master of evil. But I thought you couldn't kill anyone but adorable little boys. If it's what master wants, it can be boy, girl, anything in between. I can handle it. Where am I? Alright. No human language can describe the disappointment I'm feeling right now. Oh dear. Ooh, is everyone here? Ooh, and wearing our gloomy Gus faces, I see.
Well now,
Okay, well then, let's begin.
thrills, chills, kills!
This final class trial is gonna be slathered in pitch black despair by maximum sorrow.
that's fine.
You're right, this is the final class trial, and this time, it'll be fair.
How strange.
What do you mean, this time? Stop with all the slander. I'm a bear in good standing, you know.
Unbelievable.
If there was a Mr. Fair Guy Universe contest, I'd take home the tiara every year. I'm gonna win this game super fair and square.
Today, I'm feeling white.
And I'll make sure everyone watching at home knows that despair is mightier than the hope.
Stop talking.
Enough of your tedious drivel. Begin the trial already. Sure, let's begin the trial already. I'll be waiting for you down below.
You guys.
So don't try and run away. That guy. Laughing as loud as ever, Monokuma disappeared. Whatever.
In the name of my family.
This will be over in no time. With an inexplicable confidence, Byakuya was the first into the elevator. One by one, the others followed. Hina's still mad or in shock. They're still saying nothing. Nobody made eye contact. Nobody said a word. They just disappeared into the elevator.
Hey,
They're all acting odd. Like they're paranoid, suspicious of each other.
however,
But you know why that is, don't you? Yeah, I think so.
however,
Well, you can tell us all about it soon. At the class trial. You're right, I'm ready.
So,
You ready to win, right? Of course. I'm glad to hear you say that. Whew. And then Kyoko was aboard the elevator. Now it's just us. In we go. I started making my way toward the opening, step after step toward that gaping maw. I'd resolved that this would be the last time. I repeated to myself that there was no fear, no mystery left. I pushed the anxiety down, calmed my trembling body, and finally, on steady legs, I passed the threshold and stood in the elevator. Without warning, it began to descend. Deeper and deeper. Deeper, deeper, deeper still. Deeper and deeper, deeper and deeper, deeper and deeper. And deeper and deeper it fell. We're going way, way down. I closed my eyes and sight fell away. All sound, too, disappeared. Alone in the universe, I waited for the elevator doors to open for the last time. What could have been seconds or centuries later, I felt the gentle vibration of the elevator come to an end. I slowly opened my eyes. This is different. This is the final trial site? What do you think? Isn't it just the perfect background for deciding a person's fate?
Yahoo!
It's the long-awaited last stage, the always exciting final boss battle. And I'm gonna sit in on this one. I'll just sit right here in the vacant 16th seat.
Thrills, chills, kills!
Oh, well then, let's begin. Oh boy. Yeah, sure, we'll go ahead and give it a final save. Alright, so let's review. For our truth bullets, we have the Monokuma file number 5. Due to the explosion, the victim's identity is unknown. They were, however, dead before the blast. The victim had been stabbed a single time with a knife, which went completely through the body, and they had also been struck in the head with an object about as thick as a metal pipe. The body was covered with other wounds, but these were at least several days old. Okay, places to check. Several rooms had been locked up until this point. The headmaster's room on the 4th floor, the biolab on the 5th floor, the Monokuma door in the data center on the 4th floor, and the 2nd floor of the dormitory area. In addition, the areas directly connected to Makuro Ikusaba's death are the garden and the dojo. Alright, the Monokuma control room. The Monokuma control room in the data center opened to reveal a small room used to command Monokuma. This is where the mastermind had been issuing commands to the Ursine robot. Alright, the tarp. The tarp found in the garden had played a part in Makuro's murder. Biolab had been stamped onto one corner of the tarp. The same kind of tarp was found in the biolab, so there's no doubt that this tarp came from there. Alright, Makuro Ikusaba's profile. According to the headmaster's report, Makuro did not have a single scar or wound when she came to Hope's Peak Academy. In addition, her physical features were as follows. Height, 5'7" inches, weight, 97 pounds, vitals, 31, 22, 32. Kyoko has confirmed that the corpse matches these characteristics. The ultimate despair. The phrase "the ultimate despair" doesn't refer to a single individual, but a like-minded group of people. 1 year ago, that group brought about the single worst event in human history. They are motivated only by despair, making them some of the most despicable people to ever live. The hidden room present. There was a brightly colored box sitting in the headmaster's room. Inside the box were human bones, the last remains of the headmaster. The photo of Kyoko and headmaster. In his hidden room, the headmaster kept a photo of him and a young Kyoko together. In the photo, they are both smiling. Alright, the headmaster's e-handbook. An emergency handbook was found in the headmaster's hidden room. This handbook apparently has no restrictions and was given to the school's ultimate authority, the headmaster. Alright, the locker notebook. The notebook was found in a locker on the second floor of the dorms. Yasuhiro's name was written on the inside, and it has notes for a number of different classes. The locker pocketbook. The pocketbook was found in a locker on the second floor of the dorms, and based on what was written inside, is believed to be Kyoko's. There's some kind of message scrawled on the last page of the pocketbook. Despair walks among us, and so we survive. There's a second despair. The biolab secret. The biolab on the 5th floor seems to have been repurposed as a morgue. The biolab lights. A corpse fridge has been installed in the biolab. It seems that a blue light comes on to indicate a slot is occupied. The number of blue lights, counting the slot with Makuro's body inside, comes to a total of 9. The group photo. The photo depicts all the Hope's Peak students wearing matching uniforms. Worth noting is that Makuro is pictured while Makoto is not. Could that mean all the others are working together somehow? Genocide Jack's memory. It would seem that while Toko and Genocide Jack share certain fundamental knowledge, their individual memories are separate. Kyoko's account. Kyoko attests that both the stab wound and the blow to the head were inflicted after death. And the interview DVD. The DVD Kyoko found containing interviews between the headmaster and all the Hope's Peak students. Makoto, however, had no memory of such an interview. Thanks to Monokumo's interference, Makoto wasn't able to watch the DVD all the way through. Alright, so that's all of the truth bullets. And I don't think we have any new skills, but let's just go through and check to make sure, because we haven't had like any free time. Yeah, we haven't had any free time since the last time we had one. So let's get started.
Since this will be the final class trial, I've come up with a special rule. So listen up!
All right, what's this going to be
If
about?
you can figure out Mukuro's killer and go on to solve the mystery of this school, you guys win!
Yay!
But if you can't, then I win!
And we all die.
And of course, waiting for the loser is the super exciting, super heart-pounding punishment!
Oh my.
Are you saying that if you lose, you'll execute yourself?
Yep, sure will.
Oh my.
And that's final? No loopholes? No wiggling out of it later?
Okay.
Of course not. Bears never go back on their word.
Well, he's just a robot, so I don't know that that's particularly effective.
Never mind all that. I just have one question for you.
Oh, you're taking this serious, huh? Are you feeling okay?
Are you, Hero?
Is the mastermind only one person?
Oh my. Is
Hmm?
it? Or is it multiple people?
Don't bother. I already know the answer. You're all the mastermind, aren't you? You're all out to get me!
And here comes the paranoia.
I'm right, aren't I? I knew it!
Alright, make your argument. Headmaster's handbook, places to check in group photo. Let's see.
You guys have all been working together, haven't you? I have evidence,
think it
so I
might be
know
group
I'm right.
photo.
Hey, you stole my line. You're all out to get me. I'm sure of it.
Okay,
I have evidence of my own.
okay.
What a coincidence. I too have evidence to present. Evidence that proves everyone other than me has been working together.
Oh, maybe we all
What?
have this.
Wait, hold on. This doesn't make any sense.
We all have a group photo.
How can the three of us each have that kind of evidence?
We have the group
No,
photo. I bet
that's wrong.
everybody has the group photo. Let's see. Maybe everyone has a different group photo.
It's not just you three. I have evidence too.
What? You too?
The evidence you're all referring to is this group photo, right?
But I bet theirs
Well,
doesn't
yeah.
show them.
Huh? Wait, but mine's different.
Yep.
With the picture you have, I'm in it.
Mm-hmm.
But that can't be right. Because in my picture,
Let's
See?
see.
I'm the only one not in it.
Yeah, Makota's there. And then I bet, yeah, I figured as much. In which case,
Hero, you have a picture too, right?
he's gonna
Let's
have
see it.
him not in it.
Okay, but be careful with it. It's pretty important evidence.
Let's see, yep, they're all in it, yeah. So everybody has a photo
So
that
the
doesn't
secret
show
in these
them
pictures has been revealed.
Mm-hmm.
Secret or whatever, I don't care. You guys are all in on this together. That's why I'm the only one missing.
But you're in my picture.
Mm-hmm.
You're the ones trying to trick me.
So the whole purpose behind these photos was to get us questioning and fighting with each other.
Seems like it.
The mastermind laid a trap to make us each think everyone else was working against us.
That's what we were wondering about too.
Huh? I laid a trap? A trap? How rude! What grounds do you have for such audacious accusations?
Okay. The proof I need to reveal Monokuma's trap. Each photo has a certain something in common. There's a connection regarding what person isn't shown in the group photos. And that person is the ones who got the photos.
I got it! In each case, the only one not in the picture is the person who received it.
Exactly.
So, in the picture I got, I'm the only one missing.
Mm-hmm.
In the picture Hina got, she's the only one missing.
Exactly.
And in the picture Hero got, he's the only one missing.
Yep. Undoubtedly.
As long as we're
Jack is
talking
the
about
same
it,
way.
I suppose I should show you my photo as well.
Yep, and I bet he's missing from his. Yeah, exactly.
In other words, Monokuma gave each of us a group photo in which that person wasn't included.
And when we each saw our picture, we just assumed everyone else was the enemy?
Well, you know what assuming does, my guy.
Figured it out, huh?
Yeah, I thought that must be it. But how was that a hint?
Hint. But you know, there might be more to this than just Monokuma trying to confuse us. There's something else that bothers me about everyone's pictures. What is it? What's digging at me?
Listen, can I see everyone's group photo one more time? It's not directly connected to what we're talking about, but I'd like to double check something.
Sure, no problem.
Yeah,
They're
I don't mind.
outside, right? I'm sure there's something unusual about these group photos. What is it? I need to compare each of them one more time. The Akia's picture. Okay. I don't know what would be unusual per se. There's no cameras and stuff. This is outside. Hina's picture. It seems odd because they're outside. Hero's picture, there's nothing on, there's no plates on the windows. In mine, I mean, it just doesn't look like the school as it currently is. There's something strange about all of them, something I can't quite pin down. Something. Group photo has been updated in the truth bullet section of your handbook.
Can you just forget about the photo already? Ugh. Trying to trick me with such an obviously fake photo? I'm still pissed about that.
And on top of that, they went to all that trouble to make it look like we were wearing matching uniforms.
Well, we were, maybe.
So you think they're fake? No, I assure you, they're quite real.
So we went to school
But
together.
what are you talking about?
but
There's
our
no
memory was
way.
wiped?
Yeah, I don't remember ever taking a picture like that. So it's gotta be a fake. I'm sure of it.
I don't know.
But you know, can we really be so sure?
Can we?
Huh?
Don't get me wrong, I don't remember taking this picture either. But is that really enough to be absolutely positive they're fake?
No, I don't think so.
What do you mean?
The reason I don't remember this picture isn't necessarily because it's fake. There might be some other reason, some terrible reason. An unbelievable but entirely horrifying reason. We had our memory wiped. Okay, Hangman's Gambit. What are we gonna have to come up with? Amnesia. Alright, amnesia. An S. We need an S. Where's an S? There it is. And the A. There we go. Amnesia.
Now I understand.
Exactly.
Let's say that somehow we'd all lost our memories. That could explain it, couldn't it?
It could.
Oh, I get it. So we all just lost our memories at the same time and forgot about the photo. Makes sense.
I love how he's just accepting it.
As if. You expect me to believe such an unbelievable occult type story?
Of all people, I would expect you to believe it.
Yeah, we all lost our memories? That's just crazy.
Yeah, but it's only natural that they wouldn't believe it. But no matter how much they refuse, if that's the absolute truth, they have no choice. We can't move forward until they accept it. And there is another way to prove it besides those pictures. Alright. Make your argument. What do we have? The control interview DVD. If that's what it's gonna be. Alright. Pretty sure.
You're saying we all got spontaneous amnesia?
Right.
Since when did this turn into some kind of sci-fi fantasy?
I promise you, I haven't lost my memory. Ever since I got to this school, I remember everything that's happened.
Really?
No, that's wrong.
Do you though? I bet you don't remember the interview.
Those photos aren't the only things that point to the possibility of memory loss. This DVD does the same thing.
Yes.
You're not gonna show us something indecent, are you?
No, it's nothing like that. It's a
Right.
video of all of us being interviewed by the Hopes Peak Academy headmaster.
And none of us remember it.
When you say all of us, you mean
All of us.
I mean all of us, including you.
you lie? I never did any kind of interview.
It's on the DVD.
No, it's not a lie. Just watch the DVD and you'll see for yourself.
Exactly. And there
The
she
headmaster did, in fact, interview you.
is. Now she's like, doesn't know how to
What are
take
you
that.
saying?
I didn't imagine you would remember.
Exactly.
It's not about whether or not I remember. You expect me to believe all this? That I lost my memory somehow?
Well, we don't have any way to refute it, so we have no choice but to accept it as reality.
Yep.
How can you say that? We're talking about living, breathing amnesia here.
Exactly. That's what we've been
To be
trying
honest,
to tell
I
you.
have something else on my mind right now.
Something else?
You said the DVD contains recordings of us being interviewed by the headmaster, right?
Yes.
What were the interviews about?
Well,
The headmaster sat each of us down, one at a time, and asked us the same question.
yep.
He asked us if we could accept the idea of spending the rest of our lives in this school.
What kind of question is that?
One we all
And
said yes to.
How did we answer?
We'd say no, obviously.
Incorrect.
Actually, we all said we could. Even me.
Yep.
I heard myself say yes. I could spend the rest of my life at this school.
Which is so weird.
Why? Why would you say yes to something like that?
I guess because the school wasn't that bad at the time.
I don't know. I don't remember a thing.
The same goes for everyone else. Nobody remembers.
No.
You don't remember choosing to live here forever, or even talking to the headmaster about it at all.
No one
It doesn't matter if I remember or not.
It does
Even if I
matter.
bought the whole amnesia thing, the idea that I would want to live here forever? That's just insane. How can I believe that?
No, you're gonna
Insane
have
or not,
to.
we can't move forward until you accept it. Am I right?
You sure are, 'cause it's all true.
Mm-hmm.
What?
I know it sounds absurd, but if it's the truth, there's nothing we can do about it.
We just gotta accept
Indeed.
it.
We only have one path in front of us.
Then, they really...
Yep, you all totally lost your memory at the same time.
So, crazy or not, it's
This
true.
is all making my head hurt.
Yeah, well,
And this isn't like some normal kind of memory loss. You stole those specific memories from us, didn't you?
yes.
Oopsie, you figured that part out too, huh?
Yep.
Of course. There's no way we would all just happen to get amnesia at the same time.
Of course not.
But how could someone just steal our memories?
Some kind of device?
How? Come, that hardly matters right now.
Or does it?
If I said it was hypnotism, would you believe me? Or we opened up your skulls and messed with your brains?
No.
Would you really believe anything I said? How it happened doesn't matter right now.
You seem nervous about
What
that.
matters is figuring out what memories you took from us. That's what you're trying to say, right?
I knew I could count on you.
All
The
right.
interview with the headmaster, taking that group photo, those can't be the only memories we lost.
No. And we
There
have
must have
the
been a
two
purpose to it
notebooks
all.
for it, too.
A reason for taking away our memories.
Of course there was a purpose. It all has to do with the original motive.
Okay. The original motive.
You mean the motive you came up with to try and get us to all kill each other?
That has something to do with the memories you stole from us?
It sure does.
Okay.
But that part's still a secret.
Okay.
Anyway, I'm sure it's not easy, but let's all focus on the class trial for the murder of Mukuro Ikusaba.
Okay, so you want us to figure out who killed her before we do anything else.
Apparently. So until we do that, well, either way, we have to explain every last remaining mystery. So, the one who killed Mukuro, the true mastermind, that's what we need to expose. Okay. I feel like the person can't be here. So we have the Monokuma control room. That might be it. I don't know what the conversation's gonna
So
be
who
at.
did it? Who killed her?
Whoever did it is the same one who's behind everything.
Okay.
That much I'm sure of.
But when you think about it, is the mastermind really here in the school?
Of course! They have to be here somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, there's
What
the
makes you
control
so
room.
sure?
What does make me so sure?
Exactly. You're just making stuff up. There's no way the mastermind is here. The mastermind is probably a million miles away.
No. We've got
No,
the
that's
control
wrong.
room. Alright.
There's no question that the mastermind is somewhere within the school.
Yes.
How do you know? Did you find some evidence or something?
We surely did.
In the back of the data center, I found a panel that controls Monokuma.
Yep.
The mastermind must have been using that to control him all this time. So there can't be any doubt. The mastermind has been inside the school all along.
There
Yep.
can't be any doubt. In which case, there also can be no doubt that the mastermind is one of us.
But then who's
What?
killing Monokuma?
Why?
Recall what Makoto told us Monokuma said to him earlier.
I'm sure I told you this already, but this killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students, and the only people to take a single step in Hope's Peak since the killing game began, are those 16 students.
So if the mastermind is in the school, we have to assume it can only be that 16th student.
Unless they were already here before the killing game began. I mean, the headmaster was here. He was just dead.
But how'd they manage to survive all of this?
So we're the only ones here? It's not me! I'm not the mastermind!
It's not anyone
Well,
here.
it's not me!
I blame Makoto!
Of course you do.
What? Why me?
Cuz! It's super weird how you're the only one who survived being executed.
Oh, I get it! The only way he could have survived is if he was actually the mastermind himself, right?
No.
Aw, nuts! You got me!
Wait! What are you trying to say?
Trying to frame Makoto again.
Everyone, calm down. There's no reason to panic.
Exactly. Thank you, Kyoko.
The mastermind's true identity will become clear soon enough. Just as soon as we find out who killed Mukuro.
That's a good point. Rather than wasting time bickering, we should put our minds to work solving this mystery.
Yes.
Yeah, well, how much time have we already spent talking about the murder?
He's right. What more is there to talk about?
If you want something to talk about, I think there might be one thing. We haven't fully established what Mukuro's fatal injury was.
That's true.
Huh? But I thought we figured that out. She died when she got hit in the back of the head.
No, that isn't actually what killed her. It was something entirely different.
Yes.
Wouldn't you agree, Makoto?
Mukuro's actual cause of death must have been the other wounds.
I got it! All of the wounds covering her body. That's what really killed her.
Yeah, because she didn't have any wounds when she came into the school.
Hey, now hold on a second. You did read the Monokuma file, right?
Yes. The body was covered with other wounds, but these were at least several days old.
It made it pretty clear. Those wounds were made at least a few days ago.
Okay,
So they can't possibly be what killed her.
that's not true.
Consider this. What if the murder itself took place at least a few days ago?
Exactly.
What?
What if, when we discovered her body, she'd already been dead for several days?
And they had put her body in the biolab to
If
preserve
that's
it.
true, then naturally the wounds that killed her would appear to be however many days old.
That doesn't make any sense.
Why not?
Because she had all those wounds before she ever came here.
She did not.
Huh?
How do you know that?
Isn't it obvious? She was the ultimate soldier, right? So that means, you know,
You're wrong.
That's right.
she denied me before I could even say anything. Come on. I mean, you think I'm not weird, okay? At least listen to what I have to say before you deny me.
Okay, but you're still wrong. If you're so sure we're going to deny you, why bother saying it in the first place? Alright, well, we already know that's wrong because it said in her file she had no injuries. That's gonna be Mukuro Ikusaba's profile.
Mukuro was the ultimate soldier.
Yes?
She must have been in 100 different battles. So, when you think about it, obviously, she got all those wounds in battle.
Nope. Incorrect.
No, that's wrong.
She had no wounds when she came to the
No, Mukuro didn't suffer those wounds in battle. The file we found in the headmaster's room said as much.
That is correct.
Despite the time she spent in battle after battle as a member of Fenrir, when she entered this school, she hadn't sustained a single injury.
That's why she was the ultimate soldier.
To be denied so completely. Actually, it's kind of refreshing. Maybe it's because of all of Master's training.
He's like, you're disgusting.
Anyway, so we can be sure that Mukuro suffered all those wounds after coming to this school.
Exactly.
In which case, they could be the very thing that killed her.
Yeah.
As
it
a
could.
matter of fact, it's hard to imagine any other possibility.
Yeah.
When examining her body, I found that her stomach and head wounds came after she was already dead.
Right.
Unless anyone has any better suggestions, I think we can say this with confidence. The wounds Mukuro sustained all over her body are what ultimately killed her.
Yeah. That sounds right. Mukuro's fatal injury has been added to the truth bullet
But if
section.
that's what killed her, then does that mean she's really been dead for who knows how long?
That's exactly what it means.
Yep.
When we found her body in the garden, she'd already been dead for several days.
Yes.
So then, what about the little matter of what happened last night?
Okay. Yeah, so was that somebody
Makoto,
dressing up?
you said you were attacked in your room by a masked assailant.
Mm-hmm.
If Mukuro had already been dead for several days, certainly it couldn't have been her.
So then it was the mastermind.
So who was it that attacked you?
The identity of the one who attacked me. I can't think of anyone else. It's gotta be the
I
mastermind.
got it! The one who attacked me was the true mastermind.
Exactly.
When we discovered Mukuro in the garden wearing the same mask,
It was just a disguise because the coat's backwards and the mask was just shoved on to, try and frame her. I think.
I naturally assumed she must have been the one who attacked me.
Exactly.
But I was wrong. It wasn't her at all. It was the mastermind.
What are you laughing at?
Oh, don't mind me. I'm just getting a little impatient sitting here listening. I think I'm gonna jump in.
Well, that's usually the way that bad guys get caught is they run their mouths too much. So by all means, please go ahead.
Let's start off with a nice, easy question. Your assumption that I attacked Makoto is just that, right? An assumption. You can't really know who was under that mask, can you? I mean, that's the whole point of a mask.
Perhaps.
The true identity of the masked attacker is Mukuro Ikusaba. At least, that's what I think.
Uh-huh.
Do you have any evidence that might convince me otherwise?
I'm sure we do. No, there's no way Mukuro is the one that attacked me, even if I didn't see their face. Alright, so Mukuro had a very obvious Fenrir tattoo. Comparing that to the masked attacker, there's literally no tattoo on the hand. It should be obvious. There was absolutely no tattoo on the hand. I guess that's the only truth bullet we have. I don't know that says anything
You
about
never saw their face, right?
Right?
So you can't have any idea who was under that mask. I'm telling you now, it was Mukuro Ikusaba.
Okay.
You're wrong. Even without seeing their face, there is another part of the attacker we can use to prove it wasn't her.
Right.
Oh? And what is this other part?
Her hand.
Is it the right hand? Or the left hand? Maybe the right foot? Or perhaps
It was
the
the
left
right
foot?
hand, right?
Or could it be the hips?
Her most noticeable feature, the tattoo that marked her membership in Fenrir. The tattoo was in a certain easy-to-spot area. I think it would be the right hand, right?
You never saw their face, right? So you can't have any... I'm telling you now, it was...
Right.
No, that's wrong.
Yep. Very clearly, there was no tattoo
Mukuro
on the
had a
right
tattoo on her right hand, if I remember correctly. A representation of Fenrir. In other words, but I saw the
almost
right
tattoo.
hand of the person who attacked me. And there
Right.
was no such tattoo.
There was not. Plus the fingernails
So
are
there's
wrong.
no way the person behind the mask was Mukuro.
Yeah, well, okay. You got me. I guess it wasn't her.
Indeed.
But that still doesn't prove that it was me.
Oh, does it?
It could have been, someone else, right?
Hiro,
Really?
Toko, Hina, and I all have solid alibis for that entire night.
Yeah! We were in the gym tearing you apart, so it could have been any of us.
Oh, okay, sure. It couldn't have been any of you. But what about Kyoko? It totally could have been her.
We're not going back to this argument again.
Uh-oh, no snappy comeback. Did I score a bullseye?
There was no gloves on him.
If you insist, I don't mind showing you.
Huh? Show me what?
What do you think? I'll show you the one thing that proves beyond a shadow of a doubt it wasn't me.
Her hands. Before anyone can say anything, she's gonna take off her gloves. Kyoko was removing her
Your
gloves.
hands!
Without thinking, I let out a gasp. It was more than just a little burned skin.
Awful, isn't it? It happened when I was first learning to be a detective. I was inexperienced.
I thought you didn't want anyone to see those scars.
If it means we get another step closer to unmasking the mastermind, it doesn't really bother me.
Go, girl. Kyoko seemed to savor the words as she said them. She is awesome. Then she put her gloves back on. Well, that totally blew that theory out of the water.
My
Monokuma.
scars should suffice as proof.
I agree. Definitely no
Makoto,
scars.
did the person who attacked you have scars like mine?
Absolutely not.
No, not at all. I'm positive.
Mm-hmm.
Then this much has been made clear. There can be no doubt that the one who attacked Makoto is the true mastermind.
Exactly. And it's not anyone in this room.
This is just awful. On top of my secret being revealed, I had to look at those positively grotesque scars of yours.
Well, play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
Sorry, did I say that out loud? I do hope I didn't hurt your feelings.
I doubt it.
Not at all. You can say whatever you want.
Sure, as long as it means pushing me farther into the corner, right? But I'm not cornered just yet.
But aren't you?
Because if you haven't noticed, the circumstances surrounding Mukuro's death are totally unknown.
Perhaps.
That's true. All we know right now is she was killed a good while before this morning.
On the contrary, we don't know anything other than that.
You're not going to tell us she was already dead before we arrived here or something, are you?
In that regard, you have nothing to worry about.
Okay.
I promise you, without a doubt, she died after our little killing game began here.
Okay.
Then somehow she was killed in secret without any of us knowing.
I mean, that shouldn't be hard considering none of us knew she was even
And
here.
after she died, who knows how much time went by before we found her, right? Did the culprit stash her somewhere? She couldn't have been in the garden the whole time, could she?
No, of course
If
not.
she was, she would have been totally decomposed. Just like your brain.
Then she was being stored somewhere?
Yes.
But to hide a body here, to just store it somewhere?
Well, that's what the biolab was for. There's only one place. I can't think of anywhere else a body could have been stored.
I got it! Mukuro's body was probably kept hidden in the biolab.
Mm-hmm.
The biolab? You mean on the 5th floor?
Yes.
That's right. It's actually set up for use as a morgue. So it's the perfect place to hide a body. And it'd keep the body preserved at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Then you're also saying the body was moved from the biolab to the garden.
Yes.
And I have no doubt that that's exactly what happened. In fact, I have proof.
Yes. The proof that shows the body was carried from the biolab to the garden, there's something that made its way from the biolab to the garden. It's the tarp.
I got it! What makes me so sure the body was carried from the biolab to the garden is the tarp that we found in the garden.
Yes.
When I was checking it over again, I noticed something.
The writing.
I noticed that some text had been stamped on one corner of the tarp.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it says biolab.
Exactly.
Holy cow! How'd you notice that tiny little thing?
Makoto's nitpicky nature seems to have surfaced with perfect timing.
This proves that the tarp originally came from the biolab.
Mm-hmm. We had a
In
whole
fact,
bunch in there.
there's a whole stack of tarps just like it in there.
Exactly.
So when the killer moved the body to the garden, they must have grabbed a tarp to wrap it in. Then they simply left it as it was to protect against the sprinklers, and put the coat on it afterwards.
Yes.
Wow. You made everything sound so amazingly consistent.
Well,
But that's just a wild guess.
incorrect.
Where's your evidence? Prove that the body was wrapped in a tarp and moved.
There is no evidence. I was simply explaining what I think happened. But you seem to be getting pretty worked up about it, wouldn't you say?
I agree.
Worked up?
Now that the conversation has turned to the topic of the biolab, you must be getting pretty nervous.
Yep.
Because the key to uncovering your secret identity is hidden within that room,
100%.
isn't it?
Are you talking about unmasking the mastermind?
You see, the biolab contained an inconsistency, one so major it can't be overlooked.
Yes. An inconsistency in the biolab? Could you be talking about it's the fact that there's not
I
enough
can't hear you. La,
There's
la, 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 la.
not enough more spaces used?
Such a child. Oh well, just ignore him.
I need to pull myself together and think. The inconsistency in the biolab. Could you be talking
Hey,
about?
by the way, Makoto, what about that one thing?
What one thing?
Distraction.
What do you think? I'm talking about your family.
What?
Don't tell me you forgot about that video message.
No.
So what do you think? Are you sure your family's still okay?
I don't know, but you're trying to distract me.
Why are you bringing that up now?
Obviously to
Your
distract
mom, your dad, your little sister. What do you think has happened to your family?
you. No telling, and no way we'll know until we get out
Are
of
they
here.
really as safe as you might have assumed?
Stop talking about that!
Calm down, Makoto. He wants you to get upset.
Exactly. Yeah, I need to calm down. I can't let him get to me. He's just saying that because he knows we're getting close to the truth of the biolab. So if I want to shut him up, I need to expose the inconsistency and slam him with it. The inconsistency has to be the one area where the numbers just don't match up. Exactly. Alright.
Are you sure about this? Are you sure about this? What? What do you want? Are you sure about this?
Oh my.
Bro!
Fast, fast, fast as we can
Are
go.
you sure about this?
Gotta go fast.
Bro!
Oh dear.
Are you sure about this?
All
Are
the
you
stuff.
sure about this?
Oh no. Okay, the final strike. The
I'm not
biolab secret.
listening!
Oh, what? Okay. What? I'm confused.
What? What do you want? Are you sure about this? Bro!
Okay, so what do we have to do?
I'm not listening!
Is it a different thing? Oh, I didn't realize I had other ones. Whoopsie.
Are you sure about this? Bro!
Okay, so it's the lights.
I'm
Yeah,
not
the lights.
listening!
This should prove it.
There we go. I didn't realize we had more than one. Whoops. It's the lights. There's only 9.
The
And there should be
inconsistency
10
Kyoko's
students
talking
then.
about is the lights.
Yes.
What are you talking about? What about the lights?
Like I said before, the biolab also acts as a morgue.
Yes.
And as part of that, a giant refrigerator was installed in there. That's where everyone who's died is stored.
Yep.
And it was set up so that when a slot had a body in it, a blue light would turn on.
But there's only
In
9
other words, if the blue light is on, that means there's a body in that slot.
on. Mm-hmm.
But I counted up the number of blue lights that were on, including the one Mukuro was in, and there were only 9.
Yep.
Why does that matter? You gotta give me the bite-sized version here, man.
It means one of the people who is quote-unquote dead is the mastermind. 9 lights doesn't make sense. The number of lights that should be on is 10.
I got it! 10 of the lights should have been on. Any other number is incredibly suspicious.
Yep.
Suspicious? Why?
Count up the deaths.
That's simple. Just recall who's died here so far, and it should become clear.
That's right. The key to solving this mystery. Sayaka died first. Junko was second. Leon was third. Chihiro was fourth. Mondo was fifth. Taka was sixth. Then Hifumi was seventh. Celeste was eighth. Sakura was ninth. And victim number 10 was Mukuro.
So 10 people in all?
Yep. Count
That's
them up.
right. Any other number should make you immediately suspicious.
Yes. So who
But
is
according to the lights in the biolab, only 9 people were being stored there.
it? So who is the one who's not actually dead?
You're saying a dead body just up and disappeared?
No, my
I got
guy.
it! The mastermind destroyed one of the bodies to get rid of evidence.
No.
But if they wanted to do that, they would have destroyed Mukuro's body, since they actually killed her.
Right?
And yet, her body was left alone.
It was.
Then, whose body disappeared?
Exactly.
It may very well be that none of them disappeared.
But if that's true, then why doesn't the body count match?
Let's see.
Including Monokuma's executions, there have apparently been 10 deaths, but there were only 9 bodies. That's the point I'm trying to make.
I'm completely lost. How can the number of victims be less than the number of murders?
The reason there are less bodies than murders, the explanation for more murders than victims, why is that? What would it take for that to make sense? Only 9 murders took place? There weren't actually 10 murders, but 9. That's why there are 9 bodies. That's patently untrue. Okay, so someone was killed twice then. Actually, you're completely right.
Shoot.
So, alright. Yeah, so somebody had to have been killed twice.
I got it!
I guess so.
What about if the same person was killed twice?
I guess so.
Huh? Killed twice?
Officially, 10 murders have been committed so far, but one of the victims may have been murdered, and then murdered again.
Murdered
Okay.
and murdered again?
If that's the case, there could have been 10 killings, but still only 9 victims, right?
Yeah.
Technically, you're right, I guess. But still, something like that.
Could easily have happened. No, it is what happened.
Okay.
Sounds like you're already convinced. Then can you tell us who was killed twice?
I don't know.
It was Mukuro, of course.
Oh, okay.
Before she was killed as Mukuro Ikusaba, she was killed as someone else.
Okay, who was she
And
killed
that's
as?
why the body had to be stored in the biolab until the moment we found it in the garden.
Okay.
No, that's crazy talk. She was killed as someone else? Come on! Besides, who could that someone else even have been?
All you have to do is look at those bodily injuries of hers, and that will become obvious.
Alright.
Nothing's gonna become obvious. Because Kyoko's totally delusional.
Is she? Alright, what are we gonna do now? Make your argument. Monokuma file? Is that the only one we get? Alright, let's get Junko. Because I'm so sure it's her.
Who
She's
is
literally
this someone
the
else?
only
And
one
was
he
it
killed.
Sayaka, my Junko Enoshima,
Yeah.
Leon
Kuwachi
Now
Hiro,
let's go to the
Manda,
end.
Kiyotaki Fumi, Celestial, or maybe...
No, not that.
No. There's no way anyone was murdered
Ah,
No, that's wrong.
got it. I forgot about Silencer.
Junko.
Yes.
Wasn't her fatal injury pretty similar to Mukuro's?
What do you mean?
It
Well,
was indeed.
remember what happened to her? She was impaled by a bunch of spears all over her body.
And she's the right height and weight.
And Mukuro died from a number of wounds across her body.
Yep.
When you compare that to the stab wounds Junko suffered,
Then the similarities match?
Yep.
Yes, and those are the only fatal injuries that match up.
Mm-hmm.
That explains why those two bodies are actually one and the same.
so
Exactly.
let me see if I have this straight. Junko, or someone going by that name, was stabbed to death with multiple spears.
Yep.
Then her body was kept in the biolab for however long before being dragged out again.
Right?
Only this time, it was presented as the corpse of one Mukuro Ikusaba.
Yes.
It all matches up, right? Those wounds Junko suffered could easily be these same injuries.
Then it's really true? Mukuro and Junko are the same person? Wait, so then, what does it all mean?
We have the mastermind.
It means that there haven't been 10 victims, but 9.
Which is what I said originally.
Which
to be
also
fair.
means that among the people we thought were dead, one is still alive.
And that's the true identity of the mastermind?
Yep.
Who is it? Who's behind all this?
We already know the answer to that. It's Mukuro. She's still alive.
All right.
She took Junko's body and made it look like she was the one who died. So Mukuro is still alive. She's gotta be.
But that doesn't explain the tattoo.
Total silence? Then I must be right. I'm right, aren't I?
I don't think so. Mukuro alive? The one that's still alive is Mukuro? But can we really believe that? No way. There's no way. There's no way Mukuro Ikusaba is still alive. Alright, because profile or the fatal injury? Or the profile. If it
The
talks
body
about the
we
tattoo.
found in the garden. It wasn't Mukuro.
Then she's still alive?
That's right. She made it look like Junko's body was her. So the mastermind's true identity is Mukuro.
What do you say, Monokuma? Do you give up?
Alright. For that to be true, then that couldn't have been her body we found in the garden. Is that really possible? No.
The body we found in the garden.
What do I have? Profile. It's gonna be
It
the
wasn't
profile.
Mukuro.
It's gonna be the profile
Then she's still
that
alive?
talks about the
That's
tattoo.
right. So the mastermind.
Right?
What do you say, Monica?
I believe. Let's see. It's gotta
The
be.
body we found in the garden. It wasn't Mukuro.
Yeah.
No,
the
that's
tattoo
wrong.
was there. Mukuro was either maybe Junko
No,
didn't die.
The body we found in the garden was Mukuro. That's one thing we can be sure of.
Okay.
The body's appearance and measurements are consistent with her records. Right, Kyoko?
Yeah.
She was 5 foot 6 inches tall and weighed 97 pounds.
Okay.
Her vitals were 31, 21, 32.
Yeah.
Everything in her profile is consistent with that corpse.
Right.
And then there's the matter of the Fenrir tattoo.
Exactly.
So there's no question it's her.
But if Mukuro's not the mastermind, then who's actually still alive?
Okay. Someone made it look like they died, but they're actually still alive. There's only one person it could be. Is that Junko? Okay. It has to be her, right?
Here's my answer.
I mean, who else would it be?
Junko is still alive. It's the only possibility.
Yeah.
Are you sure about that?
I mean,
Huh?
I admit, since Mukuro is undoubtedly dead, Junko does seem to be the only other explanation.
yeah.
But we saw her get impaled. She died right before our very eyes.
Unless she was a robot somehow, maybe? I don't know.
If Junko were still alive, the death we saw would had to have been some kind of charade.
Yeah? Well, if she's the mastermind, it
But
would
you
be.
yourself confirmed she was dead, did you not?
Well, now that you mention it. I gently placed my hand on Junko's lifeless body. I touched her wrist to check for a pulse like they do in movies and stuff, but she really is dead. And there wasn't anything else to say. She was gone. I mean, that was like the second murder, so I did check, absolutely. And I can say
She
for
was
sure.
dead. There's no question. Junko was dead.
Mm-hmm.
So, the idea that she's still alive.
It must be wrong.
Then you're withdrawing your previous statement?
Are we? Unless she was brought back to life?
I
Or she
know
was a
you
robot?
gave it your best shot, but too bad. I guess your conclusion was a dud. Too bad, too bad.
Ugh,
This case hasn't been decided just yet.
indeed.
Oh? You haven't given up already, have you, Makoto?
Of course not. Huh?
No, of course not. There's no way I'd give up that easy.
Not at all.
That's all well and good, but how do you intend to solve the problem standing in your way?
Okay.
Junko absolutely died. Mukuro absolutely died.
Then both of them are dead, right? There can't be any kind of survivor story.
I think we need to look at this from the opposite direction.
Maybe
Huh?
Mukuro was
The
posing as
opposite
Junko?
direction?
Let's assume Junko is still alive. If so, how could she have survived?
How could Junko have survived? I checked her. She was dead. I'm sure of it. But still, if she were alive somehow, could it be that Junko's not the one that died? Right. If it wasn't Junko, but someone else entirely. Maybe she used some sort of trick. Okay. So, yeah. Hangman's Gambit. Disguise. Is it on? Is it E? Oh, okay, so oh, not an E. Nope. Alright. What would it be? I don't know. I don't even know what I'm looking for. We're gonna have to redo that one. Nobody believes. Yeah, okay, so we're gonna have to do that one again.
Is
No. Let's give it another shot.
I refuse
Okay.
to give up yet.
What would it be? I'm not sure what this word would be. Alright, Junko's not the one that died. Some sort of trick. What would the trick be? That's an E. Alright. What would this be? Would it be an A? I don't know. No? Oh, replace. Okay, a replacement. Replace. Replace?
Now I understand.
Okay, yes. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I mean, I get that that's
That's
the
it.
word, but...
What if she switched places with someone else?
Exactly.
Switched places?
That's right. Before the spears could kill her, she got someone to take her place.
Alright,
Specifically, Mukuro Ikusaba,
okay.
Then that would make it Mukuro's corpse that showed up later.
which is why the body's height and weight and everything match Mukuro's profile, right?
Yeah.
I don't know anything about this switching places thing, but
I mean, it
that had to be
kinda-
Junko who got
Yeah.
stabbed to death, right?
Yeah, you're saying they switched? When could they even have done that?
I'm not sure.
Right when she was about to die? Like she used some kind of ninja replacement technique?
Good point. There's just no way they could have switched like that.
Unless they switched before she went
So
in there.
maybe the whole idea is wrong.
There has to be some way. I need to figure out how to explain how they could have switched. They switched at the beginning, right?
I got it! The two of them may have switched places from the very beginning.
Right, that's what I'm
What?
thinking.
From the beginning?
Yeah,
Yes, from the moment we first met.
that would make sense.
If that's when they switched,
Then it would have been
then they
Mukuro.
wouldn't have had to switch at the moment of death, right?
Right.
After all, the one we saw at that point would have already been Mukuro.
Hold on. So, you're saying the Junko we first met
Was Mukuro?
was actually Mukuro all along?
Apparently.
Then we'd already met her?
I had like a normal conversation with her.
When we first met, none of us knew who anyone else was.
True.
So Mukuro could have simply told us her name was Junko,
That's right.
and we never would have known the difference.
Exactly.
That would easily allow the two of them to switch places from the very beginning.
I guess it's also possible that she
But Mukuro
thought.
had a tattoo on the back of her hand, right?
Yes.
Junko never had any tattoo like that, did she?
No. She didn't.
She could have hidden it with foundation or something like that.
Yeah.
If she did, it likely melted away in the explosion, exposing the tattoo after the body was extinguished.
And the nails do match.
Plus, there were the fake nails found on the hands of Mukuro's body.
True.
They were the same fake red nails she was wearing when we all met for the first time.
Yeah.
But if she really did use foundation,
Correct. Even if there was no tattoo on her hand, I couldn't say for certain it wasn't Mukuro.
Right.
So I'm glad nobody noticed that glaring hole when we were trying to figure out who attacked Makoto. But too bad for you, Monokuma. You can't deny it anymore.
Exactly.
Wait,
Alright.
so this whole thing was a setup from the very beginning?
Yeah.
If that's true, it was quite an elaborate plan to be sure, making it look like Mukuro was Junko.
The reason such an elaborate plan was possible is because the two of them were working together.
Yeah. that
So
makes sense.
Mukuro, the ultimate despair, teamed up with someone like her. In other words, it would be fair to say that Junko herself was also the ultimate despair.
Okay.
What's wrong? Lost the will to fight back?
I think he's just afraid.
Afraid? What's that mean, afraid?
Uh-oh.
Fear is only possible where hope is possible. I only have despair, so fear is an alien concept to me.
Okay.
Then why haven't you been saying anything?
Because it's a bunch of nonsense. Junko's my secret identity? As if.
Okay.
Then why did you try and protect Junko's real identity?
I tried to protect her identity? When did I do that?
Maybe Junko was never a person. He still refuses to admit it, but he can try to deceive us all he wants. It doesn't matter. Because I've already figured it out. He tried to hide Junko's identity, and not once, just once, but twice. The first time was during our latest investigation. What was the first one? The fatal injury? No, what was the first time was during our latest investigation. What was it? That it's unidentifiable? What does that say? I mean, that was it that? I don't know. Okay, and yeah, I don't
Shoot.
think that's it. What else would it be? First time was during our latest investigation. What was it? The tarp, ultimate despair. I'm not sure. what was Genocide Jack's memory? No. Gross fatal injury? None of this really makes sense. Okay, maybe it's Kyoko's account. No?
Shoot!
Okay, what would it be? He tried to hide Junko's identity. I mean, it's not going to be the stab wounds, is it? That doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't make... Yeah, I didn't think that's what I needed. I got a few more tries. One more try. 2 more tries. What could it be? No, not the control room. Same kind of, yeah. Maybe it was added to this. No. Ultimate Despair. What would it be? Biolab Secret? Was it the Biolab Secret? I really have no idea what they're looking for. This doesn't make any sense.
Shoot!
Yeah, what's it gonna be? I got one more try before I gotta retry. Latest investigation. I mean, Biolab Secret? Maybe? I don't think, yeah, I didn't think that's
Shoot!
what it was. Alright, let's redo.
It's...
Yes, I want to give it another shot.
I refuse to give up yet!
I am doing badly on this one, guys.
2 of them?
What? From
Yeah.
Yes!
Let's get
if
back
that's...
to that. Back to the choice. They switch places
Then
from
they-
the very beginning.
After all,
Hold on.
I'm confused.
Was that...
Let's get back to where we were at.
then I had
When we
Back to where we were. I don't want to have to
So
do
Mook-
this again.
and we never would have
Yeah.
that
wait. But
Foundation. There was a
Junko-
lot of talking.
She could have hidden it if she did. Plus, there were the fake nails found on.
Alright, so what would it be the
They
first
were
time
the-
you tried to hide it? Was it the
Correct.
tarp? Maybe?
So but too bad.
Wait, so...
I mean,
This-
maybe.
that's
The reason.
so Mook, in other words,
What's wrong?
We
I think
can
he's just afraid.
try the
and
tarp.
why haven't you been
Because
then why did you...
I tried to win.
Alright. I've already figured it out. First time during our latest investigation. I mean, I really don't know what it was. We can try the tarp, but I don't think
Shoot.
that's... It's not the tarp. What was it? Places to check? No. Okay.
Shoot!
So something he tried to stop us from seeing. What did the interview DVD? Maybe?
I got it!
Oh, okay.
While I was in the AV room,
That
watching
was
the
not
DVD
easy.
of our interviews with the headmaster.
It wasn't just the monitor. The DVD player itself had apparently turned off. Which of course meant that the DVD wasn't playing anymore. What the heck just happened? Oopsie, looks like it broke. Out of service. What? It just so happened to break now? And now then, win doesn't matter. Failure can strike anywhere, anytime. That's what failure is, right?
You made sure I couldn't finish watching the video. And the reason you did that is because you didn't want me to see the real Junko, did you?
Right.
Oh, yeah! If everyone was in that video, of course Junko would have had to show up.
Yeah, that makes
And
sense.
if Makoto saw the real Junko, it would have been totally obvious that the Junko we met was an imposter.
That whole power outage thing was just a fluke.
No, it wasn't a fluke. The mastermind definitely orchestrated that power outage. And that's not the only time they tried to hide Junko's identity. The mastermind tried to cover up one other piece of evidence. I've got to reveal that. Moment of truth. What did I do wrong, though? Alright, let's get it up.
What? What do you want?
Let's get all of these filled out.
What? What do you want?
All of
Are you sure about this? What are you even talking
All right.
about?
all of them. We just gotta keep going. Tab up. Alright. Now, what is the final strike?
That's impossible!
I don't understand. I don't understand what I'm missing.
What? What do you want?
That's very confusing. What am I missing? It wasn't the
That's impossible!
group photo? I mean,
This should prove it.
I tried that before. And that didn't work. But okay.
The video wasn't the only thing you tried to cover up. You did the same thing with this group photo.
Okay.
Oh.
I noticed it just a little while ago, when we were all comparing the photos we'd gotten.
Okay.
In all the photos, there's a certain similarity, an unusual circumstance.
Okay.
What's so unusual about them?
Do we get to look at them again? The unusual circumstance common to all these pictures. Junko's back is turned. Oh, you can't see her face. You can't see her
I
face.
got it! Junko's face.
Oh, I
The
got
one
it.
thing common to every single photo is that you can't see her face.
Exactly. Her back's turned. Yep. Yep. Makes sense. She's hidden on every
It's hard to
single one.
believe her face would just happen to be hidden in every single picture, don't you think?
Yeah.
And on top of that, in this photo, you can see that Mukuro is clearly visible.
Yep.
So in other words, at that point, the two of them hadn't switched yet.
Correct.
With all that in mind, there's no doubt that the girl whose face is hidden here is the real Junko.
Yeah.
Which is why you had to have pictures that didn't show her face. Because if we could have seen her face, then it would have clearly revealed
Who she
that the
was.
Junko in the pictures wasn't the Junko that we knew.
Exactly.
Xanadu!
Oh man.
I believe everything Makoto said is true. Junko and Mukuro switched places before we met either of them.
All right.
So she killed Mukuro, who had taken her place, making it look like she'd died. And the real Junko is still alive.
Yes.
And she's the one behind this whole murderous situation. This killing game.
Oh boy.
She's the true mastermind and the ultimate despair.
Xanadu times 2!
With this, the identity and the crimes of the mastermind have been exposed.
Yes.
No, wait, hold on!
Don't bother trying to deny it. There's no more room for debate. You don't have anywhere left to run.
Exactly.
I'll prove everything right now.
All right. Oh, closing our. Okay. Ooh. So this is, what is this? What was the identity of the ultimate fashionista who I met in the main hall? That was. Where is she? I guess. Where did the mastermind keep Mukuro's body? It was in the freezer. Where is that? Is it this? I guess that's it. Oh, right over here. Right? And then the mastermind attacked me with something. What was it? The knife. Yep. What was the when the masked mastermind attacked me, who was it that stopped them? That was Kyoko. Yep, Kyoko. And after their surprise attack failed, the mastermind fled my room. Okay. Maybe that one goes here. Maybe? What did the mastermind do with the mask after they took it off? Put it on, her body? What was the condition of the dead body when I first found it in the garden? Like that. Alright, and they couldn't identify the mysterious body because it had got blown up, right? Yeah? Okay.
Here's exactly what happened.
Let's see if that works.
We met the ultimate fashionista, Junko Enoshima, right after we all arrived here.
Okay.
But that wasn't the real Junko.
No.
The girl we saw before us was actually the 16th student who had taken Junko's place.
Right.
And that girl's name was Mukuro Ikusaba.
Okay.
But it wasn't long before she died at the hands of Monokuma. In other words, the mastermind, Junko Enoshima.
Right. Okay.
Her body was kept in a biolab, which had been converted into a morgue. Until Junko decided to put her body to use.
Makes sense. Right.
Junko dragged the body out of the biolab, using the tarp to carry her to the garden.
Yep.
She fabricated the murder to try and frame Kyoko, who'd proven to be one big thorn in her side. Meanwhile, she wanted us all to think Mukuro was still alive and hiding somewhere inside the school.
Correct. Yep.
So
Good,
she
I
put
picked
on
the
a
right
mask
ones.
and then attacked me.
Nice. Hopefully I got the last couple ones right.
After making sure I'd gotten a good look at the mask, she left the room.
Good.
Then she put the same mask on Mukuro's body.
Looks like we did good.
This was all to make us think the person who attacked me and the corpse were one and the same. She wanted us to believe the murder had only recently taken place.
Exactly. Alright. Yep, and then she blew up.
Finally, by strapping a bomb to the body, she was able to destroy any remaining evidence.
Right?
She needed to hide the body's true identity. She had to make sure we didn't find out it was actually the same person we'd met in the beginning.
Yeah.
This is the truth behind Mukuro's murder. And the one who carried it all out is the true mastermind. The one controlling Monokuma.
Yep, Junko. Alright.
The real Junko Enoshima.
Yep. Oh my, what's gonna happen now?
That's the whole story behind this incident. Well, what do you have to say to that?
What? Are you broken again?
You can't get out of this, so don't even try.
No
Come
way.
on! It's time you finally revealed yourself!
It's not like you're an endangered species or something. How long do you plan to keep hiding?
Oh, what's gonna happen now?
Give it up, Junko. The game's over.
Okay.
Over?
Uh-oh. What's gonna
Did
happen
you really
now?
think the story would end once we reached the climax of the case?
Not if you're a cheater.
Wrong! There's still plenty more to go!
Oh. Okay. What do we got now? The ultimate despair. Okay.
We have
what
been
now?
waiting so very long for peasants like you to appear.
Okay.
If you swear your fealty to us, we will reward you with half of the entire world. We've even drawn up the deed already. We will grant you honor, status, in some of our home cooking.
So basically, you're insane.
Have you made your choice? Will you serve under us?
No.
Oh, did you think I was being serious? Sorry, I was just messing with you. It's been so long since I've had an audience. Even I'm not sure what kind of role I'm supposed to play.
Okay. This is the mastermind. She's the real Junko Inoshima.
Anyway, looks like I've finally been set free. Having to play Monokuma all the time, day after day. It was like I was stuck in purgatory, or like a slow suicide. I get bored so easy, you know?
Your face.
Huh? What about my face? What's wrong with my beautiful face? People have told me I'm cuter than 100 chihuahuas combined.
Okay.
I feel like this isn't the first time I've seen you.
No, I do remember seeing it on the magazine, right? I'm sure I've seen her too somewhere. It was definitely before before I got to the school. Before arriving at school?
I got it!
Yeah.
That's right. It was before I
Yeah,
ever came
yeah.
to this school. I remember seeing a magazine cover,
Yeah. And she didn't have freckles.
and you were on it.
Wow, you have a pretty good memory. I guess that's why you've made it this far, huh?
So I was right. Then what you told me in the main hall when this all began,
I've seen her on tons of magazine covers, but I feel like that doesn't quite match up to reality. Yeah. Huh? Oh, are you talking about my cover photos and junk? Aha. Well, of course, those are totally photoshopped. Photoshop? Yeah, you know, edited with like computers and junk. Oh, so they aren't real. Yeah, I
Sometimes
noticed
a
that.
little lie is necessary to keep things moving along. Wouldn't you agree?
That explains why she didn't quite seem the same, because she was a different person all along.
I'm me. And Mukuro is Mukuro. She tried her best. But there's just no way she could have passed as the ultimate fashionista. Two people can never become one as long as the walls of mind and body exist.
Okay.
Not even if they're twins.
What?
Twins?
What?
I know, it's such a cliche, right? I'm almost embarrassed to admit it. So
Really?
basically, Mukuro and I had your stereotypical twin relationship. The older sister, tough and proud. That was Mukuro. The younger sister, smart and cute. That was...
Me! Junko fucking Enoshima!
Really?
And together, we were the Despair Sisters, aka the Ultimate Despair!
Whoa! She's a totally different person now.
It's insane.
Like I said, I get bored easy as hell. I even get
You're
fucking
a
bored with
little
myself.
crazy.
But if you're twins, why do you have different last names? Oh, that again? You have any idea how many times people ask me that shit? Maybe it's new to your dumb ass,
Wow.
but it bores me to tears. Answering the
That
same
chick is
questions
crazy.
over and over? Just make up whatever answer you want. I don't give a shit.
Okay.
The truth's fucking lame anyway.
Anyways,
But if she was your twin, that means you killed your own sister?
And for reasons deeper and darker than the ocean. Ha! As if.
Well, I suppose I'd better explain.
she has multiple personality disorder.
For my plan to work, someone had to be able to control the killing game from behind the scenes.
I see.
The so-called mastermind had to operate Monokuma, keep an eye on everyone, things like that. But after looking at the situation, I determined it would be impossible for Mukuro to perform such duties. Because naturally, she turned out to be the letdown of the family. leaving me behind to run off and join some band of mercenaries. Such a disappointment. So, I decided to play the role of director and have her join the rest of you in your school life. I could have let her work alongside me, but she would have been useless to me that way. Besides, 15 students seemed like a solid number to start with. Of course, the fact that she was the ultimate soldier posed something of a problem.
Okay.
She had what I call the three atrocities: atrociously rank, atrociously filthy, atrociously repulsive.
Okay.
It was atrociously clear just how out of touch she was with the rest of society. Meanwhile, my ultimate fashionista status has an undeniable appeal that I didn't want to go to waste.
And that's why you switched identities?
Okay.
Sadly, her inability to match my personality was even greater than I'd calculated. It was a lost cause. She was nothing more than a bit player, an extra unworthy of lines.
All right.
Being the utter disappointment that she was, anyone would have expected her to get killed off right away. Which is precisely why I killed her, to meet everyone's expectations.
That
Psycho.
can't be your only reason, can it?
Well, no, of course not. I also did it to avoid becoming bored.
I've never been a stickler for following a plan to the letter, you know? If I planned everything out and knew just what was gonna happen, that'd be so boring. So I changed things just a bit and decided to use Mukuro to make a little point.
In other words,
Yeah.
Mukuro's death was a one-sided, premeditated act of betrayal. Just as I suspected. When Mukuro was killed, she must have been as surprised as anybody else.
Yeah, would seem so. The expression on her face. This wasn't supposed to. Why me?
So you figured it out? Well, you're right. There's no way Mukuro could have pulled off such a convincing performance. But she did teach you all a very valuable lesson, don't you think?
I don't know about
How
that.
can you talk like that? You sacrificed your own sister. How does that not even bother you?
Because she's a sociopath.
What? I
a
sacrificed her?
psychopath.
That's what's got you so hot under the collar? Jeez, misunderstandings sure are scary. We were the ultimate despair, you know? So we never had any kind of hope or expectations. Nope, I felt despair as long as I can remember. Like I never should have been born at all.
I feel like that's
When I
probably
was born, I cried tears of total despair. So that's why for us, it's not a big deal whether we die or kill. We're just those kinds of people. We can do anything. We've always been filled with despair. So when we do something, we go all the way and live without regret.
So you just murdered your own sister and didn't think anything of it? That's not true at all. We were twins. How could I not be sad?
Okay.
That's why it gets me so excited.
She has so many
Killing
personalities.
my precious sister with my own two hands. That act is filled with so much despair. You can't help but put a super in front of it. It's like super, 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 super despair. No, more than that. Super, 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 super despair. It just feels so good.
What
Crazy.
the hell is wrong with you?
Agreed.
And my sister, too. In that moment of death, I think she must have felt that despair. After all, to be murdered by your own sister, and only as an example to someone else, she must have died feeling such excruciating hopelessness.
Probably.
I'm so jealous of her. Super jealous.
Well, we can fix
I knew you
that.
couldn't be just some ordinary person. You're some kind of abnormality.
Turning your own despair into some kind of fetish. Abnormality doesn't even begin to describe it.
100% agree.
Like, Genocide Jill is crazy for sure, but this is a whole nother level of nuts.
Yeah, I prefer Genocide Jill.
You're saying I don't compare to some lowly beast that can only kill the weak, right? So I'm hopelessly attractive, hopelessly brilliant, hopelessly athletic.
hopelessly
I'm the
insane?
hopelessly perfect ultimate human.
No. I don't think there's anything perfect about anything you just said.
Yeah, Master's way more perfect. Cause on top of everything else, he's got that noble blood.
Yeah.
Don't you mean had that noble blood?
What did you just say? What do you mean by that?
What?
You still haven't figured that part out yet? Man, you guys are so slow!
Uh-oh.
You haven't even solved all the mysteries, and yet here you are, yapping away!
Are you
Okay.
talking about our memories?
You've already solved this mystery, right? I'm the killer, so how about the next one? Maybe you should solve the riddle of your missing memories. Then you can start gloating.
Okay.
Damn straight, that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to solve all these mysteries. And then we'll have our victory!
I can't wait!
Uh-oh.
All right, then let's just get straight to the point. What memories did you steal from us?
When the group pictures were taken, and those interviews, it must mean I got it! It must have something to do with our entrance exams.
No fair! At least give us a hint!
Your brains are like sponges, all drippy and leaky. I already gave you a hint before. All the memories you lost share something in common with a few other things. Do you recall?
Thinking back to what Monokuma's told us, the memories that were stolen from us and what they must be related to, motives Monokuma came up with, right?
I got it!
I think, yeah.
You're talking about the motives you provided to try and get us to kill each other, right?
So you do remember after all. Well, I would hope you wouldn't forget something so important. It was stupid of me to even ask. I apologize from the bottom of my heart for my bad manners. So then, let me ask you another question. Did you notice that each motive I presented you had a specific theme to it?
Theme?
Yep, you got it. So that's my question to you all. When Sayaka was murdered, what was the theme of the motive I presented?
The theme for the motive Monokuma gave us for the first murder. He gave us those DVDs. On my DVDs was footage of my family. On Sayaka's was her and her friends. They had a dream they all shared. So for the first murder, the motive we were given was human connections.
I got it! The driving force behind the motive you presented us with at that point was human connections.
Ding, ding, ding. You got it. Remember those DVDs I gave you guys? Each video showed the total destruction of your most important relationships.
Yeah.
For example, your family. For example, your friends.
Mm-hmm.
I ruined all those relationships and showed you the results. It was to motivate your
Okay.
desire to escape and kickstart your urge to kill. But still, what a cruel thing to do.
You're the one that did it!
Yes, well, I'm perfectly happy to accept your disapproval.
Okay! Time for the next question! So, what was the theme for the second motive?
Okay. For the second murder, the motive's theme was, that's when we get those weird envelopes from Monokuma. Mine mentioned how I used to wet the bed. So the theme was the past, right?
I got it! It was our past, right?
Yay! Makoto got it right again! That time, the theme was
Everyone's
embarrassing
past.
memories and secrets! Yeah!
Mhm.
And the whole reason Mondo did what he did was to protect his secret.
Yeah.
So, how long do you plan on dragging this out?
Relax, relax. Okay, on to the next question.
All right.
So, what was the motive for the third murder?
Mm-hmm. The theme for the third murder was, the reason Celeste turned to murder was she wanted to buy a European castle and live there with a bunch of handsome men. So that time the motive for murder was greed, right?
I got it! It was money, wasn't it? Greed.
Mm-hmm.
Seek and destroy! Hell yeah, you got it again!
I don't like this personality. Alright.
Goddamn straight it was money! Celeste killed Hifumi and Taka for a little personal gain. Her greed led to all kinds of death and destruction.
Okay.
What's the point of all this? Why are you making us go through this case by case?
Okay.
Don't worry, sweet cheeks. Just one more to go.
Yeah.
Now, can you tell me the motive behind crazy ass
Well,
Sakura's crazy ass death?
Yeah, yeah. The motive in the case of Sakura's death was, what was it that made Sakura decide to kill herself? It had to do with Monokuma exposing Sakura's secret. So the theme of the motive in the fourth case was blackmail, right? Oh, wait. What you call blackmail, I call doing this. Seriously, you just don't get it. So there's no doubt that Monokuma tried to coerce Sakura into killing one of us, but that's not what led to Sakura killing herself.
Shoot!
There was another reason. Okay, so what was it? It had to do with Monokuma exposing betrayal?
I got it!
Yeah, because she didn't want to betray
In
us.
her case, it was betrayal.
Precisely. You see, once I revealed Sakura's betrayal, that led to everything that came afterwards. Anyway, it looks like you answered all of my questions correctly. How painfully delightful.
But what's the point? What meaning is there in asking those questions now?
Yeah,
Relationships? Secrets? Money? Betrayal?
okay.
These are all pretty standard motives, right? The most normal of normal. Totally middle of the road.
But of course, those aren't the only motives that exist in this world.
Yeah.
In fact, there are as many reasons to kill as there are people on Earth. They compel humans to kill each other, bringing despair to the world. This is what we refer to as the seed of despair.
Alright.
Seed of despair?
Just as water, air, and food promote growth in living things, the seed of despair also needs nourishment.
Yeah.
And that nourishment is hope. Despair can grow only in the presence of hope.
Alright.
Two sides of the same coin, divided by a razor-thin line. Such is hope and despair.
How much longer is this stupid speech of yours?
I agree, Byakuya.
Weren't we discussing our missing memories? Why are you trying to change the subject?
If you would listen, you would see I'm not changing the subject. We are discussing your memories.
You sound like a computer
What I'm
now.
trying to say is, the seed of despair is closely tied to your own memories.
Okay.
How so?
You see, by taking away your memories, I gave you hope.
Oh?
Of course, that hope merely existed to be consumed by despair.
How could taking away someone's memories give them hope?
Yeah.
And plus, you haven't given us any hope anyway!
Is that so? All you've been able to think about during your time here is how to escape, right?
Yeah.
The mere fact that that's what you want proves I gave you hope.
What are you talking about?
If none of you wanted to escape this school, the killings never would have taken place.
Yeah, that's true.
That is why we took your memories, so that you would have the desire to leave.
Okay.
The only reason we want to leave is because you took our memories. Is that what you're saying?
Correctamundo!
Which means if we did have our memories, then we wouldn't want to leave. Do I understand that right?
Okay.
Why
That
the
means-
hell would having our memories make us not want to leave?
Because we're here because something terrible happened.
A most troubling thought, isn't it?
And I bet that goes back to what she said about how he used to be of a noble family.
But it's not enough. I want more distress, more despair. I put so much effort into creating hope in order to feed your despair and make it grow. So, just like Crazy Eddie slashing his prices and passing the savings on to you, let me give you a hint. Huh? Really?
Okay.
Then hurry up and tell us.
Okie dokie. Like they say, seeing is believing.
All
I'd
right.
like for you to see the outside world.
Uh-oh. The outside world?
You mean the world beyond the school walls?
So something really did happen out there.
Okay.
Now are you interested in what I have to say? You wanna see what's out there?
Yes.
Hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. I wanna see too.
No.
See your faces sink into despair.
Uh-oh.
Now then, open sesame!
What's gonna happen?
Behold, the world beyond the school walls! This is the outside world you've all been so anxious to claw your way back into.
All right. What is it? Okay. Interesting. So Monokuma has taken over the world.
What the?
Dangerous. The world has grown so very dangerous. That's what this means.
What are you talking about? None of this makes any sense!
What am I looking at?
Exactly.
This is a scene from a movie or something, right?
What you just saw, all of you should recognize it.
We should recognize it? What about it should we recognize? This whole thing is insane.
That world is locked away within the memories that were taken from you. If you can't remember, please just try. Do your best to try and recall.
Better kick your brain in the ass! Because it's up to that gray lump whether you live or die!
Not this
I don't
personality
remember!
again.
Ain't a fucking excuse no more! Because now it's time for the final class trial!
Isn't that what we were doing this whole time? Oh my gosh. Genocide Jack's memory. Photo of Kyoko and Headmaster. Alright.
Come on, bitches! Remember or die!
Okay.
What the fuck happened outside?
Right.
You want us to remember or whatever when it comes to that crazy confusing video you showed us? I don't understand a damn thing!
Okay.
What's the meaning of the footage we saw? Is this another one of your practical jokes?
I mean, you're telling us to remember, but what am I supposed to be remembering?
Nobody can remember
That's
anything.
not true.
This is the
Genocide
end
Jack
for
can.
all of us.
What other
Okay.
choice do we have?
Now, if I can't remember, is it all over? I mean, how can she show me something so completely incomprehensible and then just say remember? Every single one of us has lost our memories. It really is hopeless after all. No, wait, there's a chance that she hasn't forgotten. Yeah, it's
Come on,
Genocide Jack.
bitches!
So
What the fuck happened?
let's
Want us
go
to when
back
it comes to
over
that creep?
here.
I don't understand. What's the meaning of? Is this another one of?
Coco is talking.
What am I supposed to...
Nobody can remember it.
No,
Right.
that's wrong.
Genocide Jill.
Actually, she might remember.
Who might remember?
The other Toko, Genocide Jack.
Exactly.
The two of them share certain kinds of knowledge, but their memories aren't linked, right?
Right. So when Toko's memory was
I
wiped,
see. If their memories are separate, then even if one personality's forgotten, there's a chance the other may still have those memories.
exactly.
What do you say, Toko?
Are you telling me to swap places with her?
We need two crazies here today,
No,
apparently.
absolutely not. That'd be like forfeiting my entire identity.
Toko, you're the only one we can rely on.
Oh, well, that's gonna do it right there.
Dun, da, da, da! It's me, your friendly neighborhood serial killer.
Okay.
She just gave in like it was nothing.
Yeah, because Miyaki asked
I'm
her
going to ask you a question, and I want to have it answered immediately. Do you know anything about this video?
Huh? What video?
Okay.
The video that's playing right now.
Who the hell are you?
Oh, I'm the mastermind.
Oh, nice to meet ya!
Nice to meet you too.
That's enough! Just look at the stupid screen.
Please.
Aye, aye! Roger, you got it, Captain!
Alright, so tell us what you see there. Like, Monokuma has taken over the world and now they're insane. Some kind of crazy cult?
Well, does it look familiar?
I don't have all the details, but... Of course it does!
Okay.
And you remember all the stuff it's showing?
Of course I do!
So you didn't lose your memory after all.
Right.
Then why didn't you say something earlier? I only answer questions when someone bothers to ask me. I'm the quiet type, you know? Oh my god, she's the worst liar in the world.
A little bit.
More importantly, if you really do remember, what is it?
Huh? What's the matter, Master? Do you really not remember the tragedy?
So the tragedy was bigger than
The tragedy?
school.
Oh no! You seriously forgot? Maybe I can help you remember with a kiss.
Just answer the question. What happened out there?
Exactly.
Well, I can't really say if it happened or if it's still happening, but it was the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history.
Okay. What?
Why is that phrase coming up now?
Because it's all because of that event. What is? Are you serious? I'm talking about the way the world is now.
Is now?
The world's been destroyed, get it?
Oh great, now we got her too.
Destroyed?
Explain yourself. Tell us everything you know.
Copy that, darling. Okay, so this big, awful, tragic event, they started just calling it the tragedy, happened about a year ago.
Okay.
It was so big and so bad that even this murderous fiend went pale at the sight of it.
Okay.
I guess you could say what happened was man-made,
Okay.
but it was more on the level of a worldwide natural disaster.
What?
Either way, there's no doubt that it was the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history! And as a result, in basically no time flat! The world turned out the way it did, and that's that.
Okay.
That's all there is to it? Come on! There wasn't a single concrete description in there!
No, there
Well, it
wasn't.
just so happens I don't know any of the specifics. Miss Moreau saw it all play out in real time, so why don't you ask her?
We
Short
already
answer.
did, and she didn't know anything. That's why we're asking you.
I couldn't live up to Master's expectations! To die! To die! This is the true tragedy!
Okay.
Okay,
Now I
okay,
see why
that's
they.
enough of your little lover's quarrel.
Now I see why they wanted to stay in the school.
Whatever happened, it doesn't matter at this exact point in time, right? The end justifies the means. Everything serves the outcome. In other words, the world has ended. That's the important thing.
Okay.
How can the world just end? It's the world!
Yeah.
Calm down. It's okay. There's no need to panic. Every living person will be dead in 100 years anyway. So the world ending isn't that big a deal.
Oh, come on. Now you're just being ridiculous.
Well, as long as we're being ridiculous, I have another ridiculous story to tell you. It's the
Right.
story of the Tagami Corporation, which has given Byakuya's
Uh-oh.
life all its meaning.
Oh no.
What? What did you say?
I'm glad to see you took the bait.
Oh dear.
You bit into it like a middle-aged secretary at an all-you-can-eat cake buffet.
It's been destroyed, hasn't it?
Hey, so, what do you think happened to the Togami family?
Let's see.
Correct. Well done, peasant.
But I didn't say anything yet.
I just got so fucking
Oh.
bored waiting, I couldn't help it. Even
All
if
the
you're wrong,
personality.
eventually you'll figure it out, right? Till then, you're just going in circles.
So, no matter what you pick, you get the right answer. Pretty innovative, don't you think?
Sure.
Do you think it might be a disease? Getting bored so easy, I mean. Do you think I might be sick?
A little bit, yeah.
Anyway, like I was saying, Byakuya's entire lineage has been totally annihilated.
Oh my.
What? What the hell are you talking about?
That means he's not the
I
ultimate
can confirm
anything.
that his entire family has died. Even the distant relatives. The Tagami name has perished.
Stop with these idiotic jokes!
Stop! And said with such authority. A peasant would dare challenge us? The avatar of divine punishment? You must learn your place, peasant. You are no longer the ultimate affluent progeny.
They couldn't possibly be gone. The Togami family is destined to guide the world.
Oh man.
Hell, there is no world anymore, remember?
His
It got
whole
fucked up a year
identity
ago.
is like gone now.
Hold on. That doesn't make any sense.
Huh? I don't make sense.
There's no way that happened a year ago. I mean, we only came to this school a few weeks ago.
Right? Unless we lost that much of our
If
memory.
some kind of world-ending event happened a year ago, then how do you explain the totally normal world we were living in up till then?
Have you considered the possibility that you're mistaken about that?
Mistaken?
Well, if I'm understanding you right, it sounds like you think the tragedy happened a year before you arrived here.
But that's
Well,
not
yeah.
right.
I mean, like he said, we just got here a few weeks ago.
A few weeks ago?
Apparently that's incorrect.
Ooh, I get it. You're saying that what happened 2 years ago actually happened more recently, right?
Oh man.
2 years ago?
Welcome to amnesia.
Well, I mean, you guys all started attending Hope's Peak Academy 2 years ago.
Wait, what? 2 years ago? What is that?
What the hell is this chick trying to say?
Yeah.
I understand why you'd have trouble accepting it, but in the end, you can't deny the truth. And the truth is, everything is cause and effect. Deny that, and you may as well give yourself up to God. So, you must surely understand all the hints I've given you so far, right? What are the memories I took from you?
Easy.
Come now, answer us. Answer with all your heart and soul.
Okay. Simple.
How are we supposed to answer?
I just don't know what's going on anymore.
I figured it out. Still, we have to answer somehow. If we don't, everything ends right here. The memories that were stolen from us. If what Junko says is true, if we first came here 2 years ago, but the rest of us only remember getting here within the last few weeks or so, so the memory she took from us is our life at Hope's Peak.
I got it! If we accept that what you say is true, then we've all lost our memories of the last 2 years after coming to this school.
Correct.
Nope. No. I mean, no matter what anyone says,
Another correct answer. Well done, peasant.
Seriously? This routine again?
We've lost 2 years worth of memories?
Apparently.
That's right. You've already spent 2 full years here at Hope's Peak Academy.
Alright.
And that entire period of time is precisely what you've forgotten.
I don't remember the last 2 years of my life? That's not possible!
He's gonna go crazy. I want to think that too. I don't want to believe it, but that's nothing but our desire. I don't want to believe. I want it to be impossible. But if it's the truth, then we have to accept it. All right. Is your argument? Okay. Yeah, we got the locker notebook and the locker pocketbook.
2 years worth of memories. I
Yeah.
could never lose something like that.
We've been living here for 2 years? Hell no! That's impossible!
Is it
I
so?
mean, I haven't gone to any awesome school events or anything! Heck, I've never even gone to a single class!
Okay.
This is
so
all just
it's gonna
surreal.
Plus,
It's gonna be the
if 2
locker
years
notebook.
have passed, how freaking old am I?
That is the question.
Everyone's so conflicted.
Alright, so I don't want to believe it, but I know there's evidence that reveals the time as students we lost. Alright.
I could never lose.
That's
Been living
going
here
to
for
be-
hell no! I mean, I haven't gone to any. Heck, I've never even gone to a single class.
This is all
Oh,
just.
I missed it.
Plus,
I'm gonna have
if
to
I'm
pause
freaking
it
old-
when we get there.
Everyone's
Alright.
so
Let's get back to Hero's
I could
comment.
never lose.
We've been living here for hell no! I
Alright.
mean, I haven't gone to any awesome school. Heck, I've never even gone to a single class.
What? Is it
This
not
is
the
all
locker?
just
No.
surreal.
Do I have
Plus,
to like
how
take
freaking
the?
old-
Do I have to take the text off of
Everyone's
it?
so
I'm not sure.
2
It
years.
is
I
the
could
locker
never lose.
notebook.
We've been living here for hell no! I
Alright.
mean, I haven't gone to any. Heck, I've never even gone to a single class.
This is all just.
So I gotta be
Surreal.
faster.
If how freaking
Okay.
old.
So we'll be faster and try it
Everyone's
again.
so
Let's do it one more time.
2 years. I could never lose.
Alright.
We've been living
so
here
it's
for
gonna
hell
be
no! I mean,
the
I haven't
next
gone to
one.
any. Heck, I've never even gone to a single class.
Yes, there we go.
No, that's wrong.
I got your notes.
Hero, there's something I'd like you to take a look at. This notebook right here.
Huh? Hey, why's my name written on it?
Exactly.
I found it in the locker room on the 2nd floor. If you don't mind, could you take a look inside?
Sure, whatever you want. But I've never seen this notebook before in my life.
But you have.
What's Is something wrong?
It's kinda similar. No, even more than that. This is absolutely my handwriting without a doubt!
That's what we're trying to tell you, my guy.
But how is this? I don't remember ever writing in this thing! No! No way!
Yes,
It
way.
looks like you actually did attend class here at Hope's Peak. But somehow, you forgot all about it.
Exactly.
Lies! It's all one big lie!
Nope.
I don't want to believe it either. But there's also no explanation for this pocketbook.
And whose pocketbook is that?
It's
Yoko's.
mine. And the handwriting inside is also mine. There's no doubt about it. But just like Hero, I have no memory of ever writing in it.
And the reason for that is the 2 years of missing memories?
After seeing all the evidence, do you have any choice but to acknowledge the truth?
Not really.
Isn't it just so desperately dark? The mystery's solved, but it's like a goddamn funeral in here. Shit, man, I've never been to a funeral. Hell yes!
Okay.
2 years of school life. How many moments of blossoming youth have you missed out on? How many fun classes? How many school events? This was your chance to build lasting friendships, right? And on top of that, something tragically sad happened 1 year ago. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. Right before everyone's eyes, the world came crashing down. You absorbed all that despair, but then you forgot it all.
Yeah.
And once you'd forgotten, you made the choice to subject yourselves to this killing game. Oh, and there's one other thing. To be even more precise, the memories you all lost were...
Actually, never mind. I'm bored. Explaining stuff is boring.
What?
We are bored of this world.
Okay.
Everyone always talks big, declaring all the great things they'll do. But then they always fizzle out. This world is just so desperately fucking boring!
What are you talking about?
In a way, I'm jealous of all of you. To give yourself over so completely to such stimulating despair.
Yeah, so figure out the rest for yourselves. I'm sick of expositioning all this.
Figure out what?
Figure out where your memories come apart. That's at the heart of all of this.
Alright. Where our memories come apart. Is she talking about the moment where we must have lost our memories? I can only think of one time, just after I set foot in the main hall for the first time. And that was, when I fainted, right?
I got it! The moment I lost my memories. I can't think of any time other than that day.
Right. Yeah, that's what we thought was the first
When
day
I
of the
first
game.
came to the gates of this school and stepped foot in the main hall. When I passed out, I was overcome with a strange sensation.
Exactly.
Wow, you still have enough spirit to keep on talking, huh? details, but it seems like everyone remembers passing out, right?
Yeah.
And your sense of time got all messed up because of the memory loss after that? I guess it must have been something like that.
After I passed out, I woke up in a classroom with my head on a desk.
That's right. And we thought we had
I
just got
assumed
here.
not much time had passed since I'd collapsed in the main hall.
Yeah.
But instead, 2 whole years had gone by.
Yep.
The reason it felt so short was because our memories of the time in between had been completely removed.
Yeah, that would be the case.
You got it, honey. 2 years of memories? Poof! Gone! Which means, of course...
When everyone met for the first time, it wasn't actually for the first time.
Right. We'd already been
Unaware
having
of this
classes
fact,
together.
you took the time to introduce yourselves to each other. But
But by that point, we'd already spent 2 years together at the school. That's what those photos reveal, isn't it?
Yes.
Yep, that's what they reveal. You were all such close friends. You spent 2 years together, and then you started killing each other.
Ugh.
And it was all so you could escape into a world that's already been annihilated.
Man.
What a terribly tragic tale. Even if you left now, there's nothing you could do to fix it.
You're the one who set things up to be like this!
Yeah, why?
I love you all so much.
Right.
What?
Once your school life here began, I thought about you constantly. It's only natural that I would fall in love.
What?
So, since I love you guys so much, I'll tell you all about it. All about the idea we came up with as the ultimate despair. Our plan to bring despair to all mankind.
You're crazy. The ultimate despair, all mankind?
Let's go back in time 2 years, okay?
Alright.
Back to when everyone first came to this school. School life during that first year overflowed with hope and happiness.
Yeah, Byakuya looks super happy.
Oh boy, it was just the worst. Everyone was enjoying themselves so much. You were all having the time of your lives.
Okay.
But that couldn't last forever, of course. The peacefulness only made it through that first year.
Alright.
Because
the world
after that,
exploded.
an event unfolded that hammered a soul-crushing despair into all of humanity. The
Monokuma.
biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. The tragedy. All too soon, the world's days of peace came to a bloody end. And as you can imagine, the school was no exception. The tragedy even made its way here, leading to the extermination of most of the students.
Yes, that's why the second floor was
What?
all screwed up.
Are you?
What do you mean?
The most tragic event in human history, and the ultimate despair that caused it. I can't believe it's all because of just you and Mukuro.
No, it's
Was it some kind of organization? An angry mob? An incredibly motivated family?
You have a point. If I had to describe it, I'd say it was none of those. How can I put it? It was more of an ideological thing.
Okay.
Despair is contagious, you know. It's almost like a natural phenomenon. Everyone is capable of it. And now the entire world has fallen into despair.
Everything's
In other
destroying
words,
everything.
if you see despair as the enemy, then your enemy is the world itself.
I just don't understand why.
We didn't ask you to try to understand. This was a tangent anyway, unrelated to the matter at hand.
So of course we had to
Okay.
spend time on it.
So, let's get back to the story.
Mhm.
Hope's Peak had taken so much damage. You guys were the only survivors. The
Alright.
members of the 78th class of Hope's Peak Academy were the only ones left.
And then something super neat happened. Now pay attention, because this is important, and I'm only gonna say it To protect everyone who had survived, Hope's Peak was transformed into a shelter.
Okay, that makes sense.
That's right. It was transformed into a shelter. Ah, I said it twice.
Now, someone was responsible for that transformation, for creating what would eventually become your prison. Do any of you know who that might have been?
The headmaster. The one who turned Hope's Peak into a shelter and isolated us here was the headmaster.
I got it!
'Cause he was
Could
trying to protect
only
us.
been the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy.
Yeah,
He wanted to turn the school into a shelter to try and protect us.
exactly.
To protect us from the despair and tragedy taking place outside.
Yeah. Which means
That's why he asked us to make that
Kyoko
promise.
must have been trying to make
To
up
say
with
that
him.
we were willing to live in this school forever.
We believe he had something like that in mind, yes. If you, the collective hope of a new generation, could survive, maybe the world could have a fresh start.
Yeah.
Yeah, the headmaster put that much faith in you.
And because we had that same hope, that's
We
why
agreed.
we all agreed to live here forever.
Yes.
But creating the shelter was also his single biggest mistake.
Because he locked you in here. Both of you.
It's laughable, really. He was the headmaster, but he had no idea. He had no idea that we, the ultimate despair, had already made our way into the school. So what was supposed to be a shelter to keep you safe became a cage that made it impossible for you to escape despair.
The irony.
I have to say, it really helped me out a lot. It saved me a ton of time.
By the way, it was you yourselves who blocked off the windows, the doors, all the exits. Under the headmaster's direction, you all went about your work like obedient little sheep.
You mean we trapped ourselves in here?
Well, if we're trying to keep ourselves locked in from the crazy of the world
And then you
outside,
forgot all about it and started bitching about how you were trapped in here.
Once you'd finished building your little shelter, it was time for me and Mukuro to get to work. And thus began the killing game.
Me and Mukuro had come here, spending the last 2 years waiting for that moment.
That moment where you all began killing each other served as the climax of our global despair plan.
Uh-oh.
And the only reason you survived the tragedy was so that you could be a part of it.
You only let us live so we could go around killing each other? Is that what you're saying?
Why? Why would you do that?
Because this was so much more than a simple high school death match. Rather, it was a method to hunt down and destroy every last remaining speck of hope in the world.
Well, all we have to do is destroy
What are you saying?
and then live in this school forever.
Well, it would seem that there's a little bit left out there. A few souls unwilling to give up hope. So I thought I should show them, which is why
Well, why don't you tell me?
Broadcast the killings to the world. What the mastermind did to show everyone in the outside world. So that was the broadcast. All right, so there's the TV show, Hijack, right? Yeah, Hijack, the air.
Now I understand.
Yep. Took over the TV and
You're
showed
talking
them.
about you hijacking the airwaves, aren't you?
Yes.
Uh-huh. That's exactly what I'm talking about. To show the world the murders taking place at this school, which was meant to be a symbol of hope.
That was the whole point of the ultimate despair. When I said climax, that was what I was talking about. The world watched as you fell into despair and began to kill each other one after another.
But now they
Despair
don't
is
want
as
to.
contagious as any disease. Any hope left turns to despair.
Oh,
Isn't
he
the
doesn't.
power of television just amazing? By the way, Since we started broadcasting, a whole bunch of people have tried to come and rescue you.
Uh-oh.
Are you serious?
But utilizing the heavy weaponry I installed around the school grounds, I had no problem expelling them.
Expelled them?
I have to thank you all. They were a relentless bunch, refusing to give up on hope and trying to force their beliefs on the world. But in the end, I was able to give them the final despair. Death.
Oh my
So
goodness.
you just used us? To bring despair to everyone in the outside world?
Well, sure, but I also gave you a second chance at life, right? So it's like, give and take.
Okay.
Give and take? You're so full of...
And there's a reason I chose you guys to survive when all the other students were dropping like flies. I mean, we built up 2 years of memories together. You were all my treasured classmates.
No.
Sorry, that's a lie. I just figured you'd despair even more when you found out a friend had betrayed you.
Okay.
And that's the truth, which is what you wanted, right? So, does it make you feel utterly lost and hopeless?
No.
You solved the mystery, but despair at the truth, right?
No.
Don't tell me. Did you seriously count on the possibility that we would solve your mystery?
And if we did, then what? Our final desire for creating this world of despair was so we could experience one last class trial.
Uh-oh, what are you going to do? Are you going to blow everyone up?
If you were bold enough to solve the mystery, only to discover that the truth was utterly hopeless, how would you react? What would you do?
Get rid of you and survive in the school.
See? Discovering the truth doesn't necessarily lead to a sense of hope.
Truth can be full of despair, too. Like, right?
Truth, full of despair? That's...
Not to mention, all those motives I talked about were totally meaningless. I mean, with the world having ended and all.
Meaningless? Then we've been murdering each other for nothing?
Of course.
And think about it. You chose to lock yourselves up here, then started murdering each other to get out.
Yeah.
We weren't just random strangers either. We were classmates. We'd spent 2 years together.
No, even I can't laugh at that.
Well, at least you have some sense.
We get it. We get it, okay? You're totally awesome, right? We get it already. So help us. I'll do anything. Just help me.
A peasant begging for his life? Oh, how delightful! We've never witnessed such a travesty firsthand.
Oh, man.
But I'm sorry to say, begging doesn't work on me.
No, because you're crazy.
All I want is despair, and there's no reason for it. And since there's no reason, there's no argument against it. There's just no understanding it.
Because you're crazy.
No argument, no understanding. What better definition of ultimate despair could there be?
Okay.
Wait, hold on. You've just been going on about whatever you feel like, but there's no real reason for us to believe anything you have to say.
Yep. Yeah.
Huh?
You say the world's fallen apart, but I haven't seen it for myself,
Nope.
so I don't acknowledge it. I don't accept it as the truth.
All right.
Until you see it with your own eyes. Truth and falsehood overlap one another. In other words, you're not unlike Schrodinger's cat right now. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
If so, what then?
Are you saying you won't accept the truth until you can go outside and see for yourself?
I guess that's
Well, you
what you're
better
saying.
not. You go out into that world and you're all goners for sure. Trust me, I'm not lying about any of this.
Yeah, I don't know. If we're
Well,
gonna
even if it's all true, I refuse to give in. I refuse to lose to you.
Right.
For the sake of everyone you've killed.
Huh? Everyone I've killed? What are you talking about? You're the ones who killed them.
You set up the killing.
I didn't kill anyone. I simply gave you a little nudge in the right direction.
And that's all it took for you to start killing each other. You're nothing but bloodthirsty animals.
That's why anyone was murdered here, peasant.
Say what you want about hope, but we're all creatures of instinct, right? Despair naturally.
Hell
I
yes!
agree.
That's funny as
No! This isn't just some game to us.
This is our life.
It's murder! Plain and simple!
Mm-hmm.
You stole our memories, invented reasons for us to do it. You pushed us all into a corner!
Exactly.
It's all your fault!
Yes.
You certainly have a talent for passing the buck, don't you? That must be your hope, huh? But we don't have much time left to keep up this banter. We have to draw things to a close soon.
Why is that?
What do you mean?
I'm talking about the vote, of course. You didn't forget about that little rule, did ya? Oh, and also, since this will be the last vote, I decided to change the rules.
Let me guess. Each of your personalities gets a vote?
What?
You guys so full of hope, and me so full of despair. I've decided to have you vote which one will be punished. If even one of you votes to punish Hope, well then, I'll consider that a win for me and punish everyone on the side of Hope.
Even if it's just one person?
Oh, but don't worry, I won't be voting, of course.
Even if you don't, you've still got the upper hand in all this.
It's okay. Nobody would actually vote to kill themselves, right?
Oh, let me just mention one more thing. When I win to punish you guys, you'll have to stay here till you grow old and die. No fighting, no killing. That's your punishment.
Okay. What?
You mean we'd
We'd have to just live here?
That
She's
was
saying
the
she'll let us
original-
live.
Original agreement.
If you're not happy with that, then go ahead and punish me and make your way to the outside world.
Enter a world fallen from grace, where only despair exists, where you'd likely be dead within a day.
What are you saying? So no matter what, we're doomed.
Wait a sec! I just got hit with an inspiration bomb!
Oh.
Dying of old age is boring as shit, right? The audience at home isn't gonna dig that at all! So, here's what'll happen. One of you will get to experience an instant, super impressive punishment!
Okay.
What? You can't just...
Do you mean to say you'll execute one of us?
And I get to decide who's gonna have to suck it down!
Okay.
Makoto, you're up!
Me?
Yeah, you've been acting up, causing all kinds of trouble. I hate you!
So let me make this clear. Everyone has two choices in front of them. If a single person votes for Hope to be punished, then only Makoto will receive a harsh punishment, and the rest of you will live here in peace.
Okay.
If, on the other hand, you desire to see us punished, then you must all leave this place.
I will force you out, ensuring you all die horrible deaths in the outside world.
What I'm saying is, if you sacrifice Makoto, the rest of you will get to live out your lives.
Sacrifice me. But that...
What? Has your resolve softened? Have you lost confidence? Are you afraid of being punished? Don't you have faith in your friends?
No, that's not it.
It's okay. You're right to be afraid. It would seem all of those around you have realized the futility of going against me.
Guys?
It's so beautiful. Your lovely faces, eroded by despair, have come together as one.
Besides, Kyoko, you could never betray your father, could you?
What?
I mean, the headmaster's only wish was that all of you would survive, right? That's why he tried to trap you all here after all. The least you can do is try to honor your dead father's wishes.
Something doesn't seem right about that.
Kyoko!
One person's despair is enough to seal your fate. Isn't that just the most hopeless outcome ever?
I guess we're gonna find
So,
out.
who do you think's gonna give in? Whose despair is gonna sign your death warrant?
No one. Nobody's gonna give in to despair!
All right, Makoto.
We're not gonna lose to you!
That's right.
So boring. Stubborn till the very end, huh?
Indeed.
Well, that's fine. Then let's just hurry up and get it over with.
All right.
It's time for the final vote. Everything will come to an end. Your stupid hope.
You think so?
And your stupid life!
The final vote. This is it. The ultimate confrontation. I have to show everyone. I have to make them remember. I have to convince them not to give up. To live in despair, that's not really living at all. All right. So what do we have? This photo. Photo of Kyoko and Headmaster. Guarantee that's going to be the right one.
We won't give up! As long as there's hope, we'll never give up!
Right?
If I were to die, that would be the end of Hope's Peak Academy.
Would it? I love that. I could just shoot
By
that.
the way, the air outside is totally polluted, you know. The only reason we're okay in here is thanks to the air purifiers in the physics lab.
Everyone's so
If
proud.
I die, the purifiers will screech to a halt.
But
In
why?
other words, as soon as I die, the communal life you've all been living will come to an end.
Okay. Let's see what else
All of
we
you
got.
will have to leave. You'll
There
have
we
to go
go.
into the world outside, where only death and despair are waiting.
Let's see. Yeah, he's like upset. Maybe we can get Kyoko.
So, what are you gonna do? Will you just die? Is that what you want?
Okay. There is no hope left in the world. When you sleep, it's on a bed of despair. The world is in despair. You are in despair. If I don't do something, everyone's gonna be consumed by despair. You claim there's no hope left in the world, but if despair is contagious, like you say, then so is hope. I'll use my own hope to plant seeds of hope inside everyone else. Oh, okay.
We won't give up!
Yes.
As long as there's hope, we'll never give up!
Alright, hope.
If I were to die, that would be the end of Hope's Peak Academy.
Let's hope everyone else. Hope.
Don't lose hope now!
Alright.
All my fortune-telling senses are telling me not to leave this place.
Alright.
But to live means moving forward, right? So even if it's hard, even if we're scared, we don't have any choice, do we?
No.
I want to keep on living. I want to open the next door. There must be something new waiting for me.
Right.
So that's why. No matter what, I need to get out of here.
Okay.
The whole fortune-telling thing doesn't matter anymore. What matters is my own gut feelings.
Alright.
We won't give up!
Now let's get some more hope.
As long as there's hope, we'll never give up!
Alright.
If I
Now
were
we
to
got
die,
more hope.
that would be the end of Hope's Peak Academy.
I've decided to have faith in myself.
Alright.
By the way, the air outside is the only reason we're is thanks to the air purifier.
Let's give her hope.
Don't lose hope now!
Come on, Hina.
I've been thinking about all this. And I was thinking, at a time like this, what would Sakura do?
She wouldn't give up hope.
You only get stronger by taking adversity by the horns. Confront that thorny path with enthusiasm.
Exactly.
That sounds like something she'd say, right?
It does.
No. I think that's definitely what she'd say. Which is why yeah! I've made up my mind!
Alright.
We won't give up!
No, we won't.
As long as there's hope, we'll never give up!
If I were to die, that would be the end.
I've decided to have faith in myself.
By the way, the only reason is thanks to the air. Say whatever you want. I've made my decision.
If I die,
The purifiers, in other
Alright,
words,
now
the
who's the next
communal life
person?
you've all.
Let's give
Don't
Kyoko
lose hope now!
Nope. Don't give up.
I don't care either way. I'm fine with whichever one is more interesting. Actually, I may not look like it, but I always hated school. Hell, no matter how I look, still hate it.
Alright.
Oh, but no matter what, Master has to come along with us.
Alright.
We won't give up.
Let's get
As
more
long as
hope.
there's hope, we'll never give up.
If I were to die,
Alright.
that would be
We
the
got
end.
hope. Now we gotta go
By the way,
to...
the only reason
Yakia,
is
I
thanks to
think.
the say whatever you want if I die. In other words,
Alright.
the communal life you've all... I can keep on living as long as I have my master's love.
Alright.
All of you will have to leave. You'll
got
have to go into the
one
world
more.
outside.
Let's give you some hope.
Don't lose hope now.
Don't give up.
What's the matter? You're not actually trying to encourage me, are you?
Of course we are.
Ridiculous. It never even crossed my mind that I might give in to despair. But don't misunderstand me. I couldn't care in the slightest what happens to you.
Oh, of course.
I just have to keep my word. I swore I would end the life of the mastermind.
You did.
Besides, the Togami family isn't dead, because I'm still alive.
Exactly.
So until I can restore the Togami family and bring it greater glory than it's ever known,
We won't give up.
Exactly.
As long as there's hope, we'll never give up.
What do I need
If
hope
I were
now?
to die, that would be the end of Hope's people.
By the way, the arrows, the only reason is thanks to the say whatever you want if I die. In other words, as the communal life you've all been living will come to... I can keep on living as long as I have my master. All of you will have to leave. You'll have to go into the world outside.
I already said I would claim the mastermind's life, by whatever means necessary.
Exactly.
So, what are you gonna do? Will you just die? Is that what you want?
No. Kyoko,
Don't lose hope now.
you need hope. Alright.
I didn't really know my father, so I can't pretend to know what he was thinking.
No.
But even if we're just connected by blood, there's one thing I am sure of. He would never want us to abandon Makoto and choose to stay here.
Yes.
I can't explain why exactly. But if I'm sure of anything, I'm sure of that.
Alright.
Just because we don't actually know anything, does that mean we can't understand? Could it
No, it
be
doesn't.
that... No, never mind. So, Makoto, I don't think you wound up at this school because you had good luck or bad luck. I think you came here for a different reason entirely.
Really?
You came here to bring down the ultimate despair.
Okay.
You came here to confront despair without ever giving up.
So he's the ultimate hope?
And if that's true, I think we could call you the ultimate hope. What do you think?
I think it sounds good.
What the hell are you?
The ultimate hope has been added to the truth bullet section.
So uncool. Your stupid faces, the stupid things you've said, the stupid way you all treat each other. It's all so uncool, so unhip.
You think so?
Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up!
You're
Lame,
flipping
lame,
out.
lame, lame, lame!
I'm not any kind of elite anything. Hope isn't a talent you develop, but still. But I still. Yep, you still have hope. A moment of truth. Alright. Here we go.
You
the final
suck!
boss
What do you
battle.
want? So uncool! You dare to stand against us? Hope is a joke. Who are you?
Your idiocy ends here.
You're gross.
You're gross.
Suffer from despair.
I just love despair.
Alright, let's
You
read
suck.
though.
What do you want? So uncool.
You're unbearable.
You're unbearable. Dad
Hope
joke.
is a joke. Who are you?
You think so?
Would you like to die?
Nope. Would you like
You're
to have hope?
gross. Suffer from despair.
Nope.
Everything is pointless.
I don't think so. Alright.
Suffer from despair.
No. We are the ultimate
Despair into tomorrow.
Hope keeps on going.
hope. Yes. We are the ultimate hope.
I refuse to give up. I refuse to get bored. I refuse to throw it all away.
You go,
I
Makoto.
refuse to despair.
Yes.
Because all I have going for me is the desire to keep moving forward.
What's going on?
Oh.
What's happening?
We are the ultimate hope. Nice. Let's see how we did. Not bad. All right.
It looks like we've reached the end. I think it may be time to vote.
All right.
We just gotta pull the lever, right?
Good. I'm ready to go.
Let's put an end to these trials. Put an end to the killing.
Amen.
With our own hands.
There we go. Time to vote. There we go. Guilty. Nice. Now it's going to
The
happen.
hell?
Indeed.
You've lost, Junko.
I lost?
I lost? Me? No way.
Well, that's just...
It can't be. You still don't accept it? Even the ultimate despair herself is vulnerable to the onslaught of despair, it would seem.
What the heck?
But there's no use trying to fight it now.
Well, that's just... totally the best!
Okay.
So this is despair.
We came to the school 2 years ago, created our incredibly detailed plan. I even killed my own sister for it.
And now
To come this far and fail at the very end.
True despair?
It's the most ultimate despair. Well, what are you talking about?
And now
Don't you see? I was so hopelessly desperate. I was bored of the world the moment I was born. That's why I've been looking forward to this so desperately, this once-in-a-lifetime experience. It is my first and last colossal despair here at the moment of death. To have the chance to taste of highest grade despair, the utter failure of my dreams.
True despair?
I am so hopelessly happy right now.
Huh?
Wait, is she enjoying this?
Anyway,
Anyways, are you prepared to admit defeat? You think I care whether I won or lost? Either way, it doesn't change a thing.
Totally the best!
Outside is only despair. Inside is only despair. No matter where you go, despair awaits you. That's not true.
Not possible.
You're wrong. Huh?
Don't make me repeat myself.
Let me tell you this right now. We no longer fear despair.
Okay.
Because we've decided to enter the outside world with hope. Yeah, Makoto totally scooched us over to his side. Everyone.
hey,
You said that despair is as contagious as any disease,
however,
but the same is true of hope. All you have to do is look at us to see how true that is. Kyoko.
No.
Stop it. Stop. I hate those faces you're making. To see those awful looks causes me nothing but pain.
There's one last thing.
Alright. If you guys want to get all hung up on the word hope, that's no skin off my nose. But just be warned. From this point on, one despair after another will stand in your way. No matter where you run, no matter where you hide. Maybe you'll find some hope, but there is a very fine line dividing that hope from bitter despair. Knowing that, you still plan to cling to your hope? Of course, because we...
It's fine.
Shut up. That was a rhetorical question. You interrupted my monologue. I'm almost done though, so whatever. Because it's almost punishment time, right?
it can't be.
Do you really intend to go through with this? That was the agreement, right? Hold on. It's not like I want you to die. You don't have to.
Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it!
What?
How many times do I have to tell you?
The act of living brings me no hope at all. All I want now is to taste that despair of death that you only get once in life. So.
Don't get in my way!
Okay.
So this is how the despair of death feels. It's so wonderful!
Okay.
Even a tenth of this despair, even 100th. I want every last soul on this planet to taste such despair. I want the entire world to die with that despair in its mouth. Okay, let's do this. I've reserved an extra special punishment for last. Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
Okay. Totally cuckoo bananas now. Time for the punishment. Alright, what's gonna happen? Okay. What in the world? It's like every punishment all at once. The ultimate punishment. 1,000 blows. The cage of death. The burning of the Versailles witch. Excavator destroyer. Blast off. After school lesson. Oh, this was Makoto's punishment. Okay. Alright. Oh, man. And that's all she wrote, I guess. Well then. Emergency override. Okay. So now what? That was, and that's how everything came to an end. The final class trial. Junko Enoshima, the ultimate despair. Life at Hope's Peak Academy. It was all over. Alright. The end of chapter 6. Wonder if we'll get like an epilogue? Hanakuma Hayatai. Okay, sure. Why not? But even after saying it was all over, it's not like the building exploded or collapsed in on itself or anything. That wasn't the kind of ending waiting for us. Nothing changed. Well, with one exception. The air purifiers turned off, just like Junko said. They shut off immediately. That was the only difference. Okay. So now we get the epilogue. Goodbye, Despair High School. We left the courtroom and made our way to the main hall. We stood in front of the door. Nobody made a sound. I felt almost absent-minded. This was our epilogue before the final ending. We were stuck there in limbo, unmoving, unsure. But in the end...
Hey.
We can't just stand around like this forever. At some point, we need to leave. To nobody's surprise, it was Kyoko who broke the silence.
Makoto.
Would you do the honors? Okay. As if awakened by Kyoko's words, I took out the object we'd gotten. Up until the moment of her death, it had belonged to Junko. And in the end, she dropped it before us.
So,
But is that really it? Is that really the key to this door?
Indeed.
You don't have to read into what she said too much to find the answer.
If, on the other hand, you desire to see us punished, then you must all leave this place.
I will force you out, ensuring you all die horrible deaths in the outside world.
In other words,
I will force you out. She said that just before dropping that. It makes sense that it would be our way out of here.
But
But you never know. Maybe it's actually a switch that's going to make the school self-destruct. I mean, Junko never specifically said she'd let us leave here alive.
it's true.
You may be right about that. Maybe.
Yes.
But even so, it's impossible to think we wouldn't take our chances with it. Yeah, I guess that's true. There's nothing to worry about.
my beautiful scissors!
If something ever happened to Master, I'd take my scissors and jam them so far up. Huh? Hey, where's the courtroom? Where's the mastermind?
Oh.
It's all over. We're just about to leave the school. What? Leave? We can go outside? Then that means me and the master can get married. And then he'll give me a little jewel of a baby?
That's enough.
Please stop. That would be a greater horror than anything I've encountered so far.
Anyway,
Don't worry, I have no doubt that we'll be able to leave here without a problem.
But
What happens after we get out? It's what happens after we get out that I'm worried about. But you know, in the end, I think part of me still thinks
for serious.
maybe when we get out there, we'll see that everything she said about the world was a lie. That on the other side of this door is a world as peaceful as we remember. A lie, peaceful as we remember. Well, no matter what it looks like, it's still our world. It's where we're meant to live. Yeah, I guess so. And how do I put this? Unlike this school, the world is really big, right? Since it's so big, I'm sure there must be some despair no matter what. But there also has to be lots of hope, right?
in other words,
The act of searching for hope, to try and find it, that by itself is the true meaning of hope. As long as you have that hope, you can keep moving forward, no matter what trouble you may fall into.
am I wrong?
Is that what you mean, Makoto? Yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. I don't need any of you to spell that out for me. You know, Junko mentioned that there were still others out there who hadn't cast away hope just yet. Maybe I should find them and make them work for me. To rebuild the world, we must first rebuild the Togami dynasty. I'll go with you. I will follow you anywhere you want to go.
you got it!
Well, my first stop is going to be the closest donut shop. I can figure out the rest from there.
Hey.
What are you going to do if there are no more donut shops? Or donuts?
Okay.
I'll just get some flour and make some myself. And if there's no flour, I'll just grow some wheat. I get it now. If there's no road, you just gotta build one. Creation. Fate is telling me to remake the world.
Could it be?
That's my hope.
How about that?
I've reached the next stage. The next chapter of Yasuhiro Hagakuri's life story is about to begin.
Whoa!
Thanks, Hina. You totally opened my eyes.
Oh!
Hey, personal space, buddy. You're seriously creeping me out.
Makoto.
Come on, Makoto. Even if everyone on the outside world is gone, even if the world is steeped in despair, as long as I had people like you around, I can face forward and keep moving. If we can get out there and do something, have some sort of impact. But what can we do? There's so few of us and we're so small. So what can we do? No, we can probably do anything. Yeah, we can do anything. Alright.
Well, I guess this is goodbye. And goodbye to Sakura.
Oh.
But hey, if we gotta say goodbye, we may as well do it with a smile on our face.
Yes.
Hey guys! You guys want your fortunes told anywhere, anytime. You just let me know. I'll be there.
You know how much I hate being annoyed, but if something does come up, you may as well let me know. I can't guarantee I'll actually bother listening, but, you know.
I think that's as close as we'll get to a friendship with him.
I don't know why, but I have a burning desire to start writing. I might be able to pull it off. A story about Master and me, and the others, I guess.
I can't say I'm sorry about what happened, but still, it does feel kind of strange.
I really don't know what to say. I guess we graduated?
I guess so. It looks like hope really is spreading. As long as I never give up, I have to push even harder. I'm going to keep moving forward with hope in my heart. Since I have hope, I can show courage. Since I have hope, I can move ahead. The world can move ahead. All right. The door began to open. With my hands, with our hands, hope and despair mingled together, opening the door to the future. What will we see? What's going to be out there? Let's see. What is it going to be? What are we even looking at? What was that? So it's not going to even show us anything. It's just like, well, that's the end. Awesome. Well, that was a fun little game. A fun long game. Let's see, we did 14 episodes. So, anyways, I hope that you guys enjoyed that. And next week, we will start another game. And I'm not sure what it'll be yet, but we'll figure it out. And yeah, until next time, you guys have a great rest of your day. And until then, bye guys. Okay guys, so after the credit, there was a follow-up scene. So I had to switch back just so I could show you guys. So...
Interesting. Things are getting very interesting indeed. Like I said at the beginning, I'm not a teddy bear.
Oh?
I am Monokuma. And I am this school's headmaster.
We got an Easter egg. Alright. So, is there more? Okay, so we finally made it to the end. So, that was a really fun game, and I guess now, if we wanted to, we could go into the school mode and stuff. I'm not going to do that right now. But the only thing I would say is some of the challenges, like some of the truth bullets and stuff, it was not super straightforward on what you were supposed to do, but you know, I probably could have remembered about the silencer. Like I totally forgot about that functionality. That probably would have made things a lot easier on some of those things. But yeah, it was pretty fun. I really enjoyed it, and so I hope you guys liked that little Easter egg there at the end. And yeah, so we'll pick a new game next week, and until then, bye.